What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sega Man back with the Xbox Alpha Podcast with my Alpha brothers. Joining me today, DJ Tuckmaster, my brother ODT Reaper. Always a pleasure to have my brother on here, man. And today's headline on the Alpha Podcast is Xbox outselling the ps5. We're going to get my brothers' opinions on that and what they think about that. ADOS is our first. What's up, ADOS, man? How are you, man? Happy New Year to you. Happy 2022, man. Glad to see you here in the building. Salute to you. First one in. Hope everything's going good with you and your family, man. Thank you for joining us, man. And he also says, Tuck, what do you say? Tuck, what? Threatens and what? And
Treaters and Tuck. That's what he said.
Treaters and Tuck. Okay. What's up, man? Our boy Poseidon, man.
Thank you.
Our boy Poseidon is in the house. You know what I'm saying? And we got some topics to talk about today. There's some things that I was out of loop about, everybody, that ODT was talking to me, back in, before we started the podcast. And also Tuck got a few things he wants to talk about too, that he wants to recap. They talked about the Unlimited Truth podcast. Shout out to my brother, Unlimited Production. Shout out to E-Rock, my brother. And shout out to Hebot. Hopefully Hebot can make it later. We'll have to see. So I want to introduce my panel. First up is ODT Reaper, man. Tell the people and all the Xbox brothers out here where they can find you, man.
You can always just find me on Xbox Live at ODT Reaper, and you can always just somehow find me on Steam. Same concept.
Nice, man.
But I have been enjoying my time off, so I have actually been resting and I have been relaxing. I beat the Halo campaign on the 10th of December, so I started on the 8th and I waited 48 hours and then I finished. But my point would be, I still was done faster. So I got that one activation and I was done. But the thing is now my online rank is 23 and it's about to be 24. So I'm slowly but surely making my way there. But I'm having fun, and that's kind of the important code. So
yeah,
the fun thing I got for Christmas though is all 3 power towers. So I got the Series X that's right behind me, and
nice.
Then this rig, which is the Shadow, and then I got my beautiful iPhone 13 Pro Max. So,
oh man, you on cloud 9 right now, are you?
Yeah, I am. And I'm gonna stay here. Top right there. So as long as I stay on cloud 9, I ain't going nowhere. But the other fun factor to that is PlayStation ponies are gonna have to start learning how to play games, unless you just want to get roasted every single day. So that's kind of the fun factor right there. And then we also see Sony putting God of War on PC. Good.
Yeah.
Now what's gonna happen to Ragnarok fans?
Yeah. Yep. We're going to talk about some of that too. What the Alpha panel thinks about that too. We're going to talk about that also. And feel free, everybody that comes and join us in the chat, tell us what you think about the topics that we're going to talk about today. And on that note, I'm going to introduce my other brother, our other exile brother, is DJ Tuckmaster. Tell the Xbox brothers out here, man, and the people where they can find you.
Okay, now first of all, let me go ahead and start by saying this. What's this first guest? What's his name again?
Oh, ADOS. That's Poseidon. That's one of Hebot's brothers.
ADOS, let me tell you right now. You're a Dallas Cowboy fan. Let me tell you right now, we don't deal with Dallas Cowboy fans, and they're going to get their ass kicked tomorrow, so don't worry about that. But now let's kind of get this what I'm trying to tell you right now, because you got to understand, ADOS, I'm a big Pittsburgh fan, and we don't have a chance to beat Kansas City. But I hope y'all get y'all asses kicked too, because all of y'all sit around and talking about, we going to the Super Bowl. You haven't won a Super Bowl in 26 damn years. Okay, it's gonna be 27. Have to get your ass kicked tomorrow night, whenever you play.
Yeah, but hey, Poseidon said, "Oh hell no." Well, he said it won't happen.
Well, it can't happen. I don't know. I think Dallas got the team. They got the team to take the whole thing.
Super Bowl though.
I don't think they will, but
you never know. my cousin Desiree and her whole family, they live in Pittsburgh, but her whole family, my cousin Desiree, they're Dallas Cowboy fans. Big time. Die hard. Yeah.
I should be a Dallas Cowboy fan. I was born.
But see, that's the only thing about it is how in the hell can they live in Dallas, boy? How in the hell can they live in Pittsburgh, boy? I don't know. I'm surprised they don't get. I'm surprised they had no doggone threat like that. But this is your boy DJ Tugmaster 785. I don't like ponies, and ponies don't like me. I can't stand a pony. I will always hate a pony for what they stand for. But this way you can reach me. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, Xbox Live, and this is gonna get this bad boy rolling.
Let's get the bad boy rolling. I want to start with something that ODT Reaper brought to my attention, guys, that I didn't know about. Your boy Sega Man, sometimes I be out of the loop. Work, overtakes what I do, and I don't catch up. So sometimes my brothers on here, they catch me up with stuff that's going on here in the gaming streets and the gaming community. So ODT, man, can you tell us what happened about some I guess ass hurt sore gamer out there talking about Halo Infinite? Could you tell us what happened, man?
The amazing Lucas did his take or review on Halo's Infinite story. He said he completed it a few days ago, and he kind of just was completely out of the loop in terms of Halo fandom because it was his first Halo game, right? Well, my point would be is that we had E-Rock and Mr. 100 roast the dude. That shit was funny. But my point would be is that it was all factual. So it's like Amazing Lucas decided to, I want to see what's so good about Halo, right? So I'm going to jump into the storyline 6 games in and think I know everything. But that would be a Lucas for you. So.
So I think the main problem about this particular, asshat out there is let's inform you, my dude. You have to play all the Halo games first to understand Halo Infinite. Okay, just a little insight to you. You know what I mean? Don't be making videos.
Like Mr. 100 pointed out, you should read books to actually understand.
If you really want to. Yeah.
But maybe he just doesn't know how to read like any casual pony. I don't
know. Dude, if you're going to get into Halo, in my opinion, the first thing you should do is go back and play Halo 1, play all the series up to Infinite, and then you'll get a little bit more you'll get a little bit more understanding. Don't start with Halo Infinite because you're not going to know where everything is. That's just dumb to just start with Halo Infinite. You need to start where it started and where it ended. That's what you need to do. You know what I mean?
And Luca's main critique from what I saw from the reviewer, aspect of it is he just thought no one explained who Chief was.
Right.
Well, you probably would know who Chief was if you started from the beginning. So that's your fault. But my point would be is that it doesn't need to give you a backstory, what happened last time during Halo Infinite's, last story. I'm not going to do that. So the issue is like I will trust the fans play 1 through 5 to understand 6.
Yeah.
So not that hard. Very, 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 very smart way to do that.
All right, cool, man. Cool. Hey, is there anything you want to add to that, my brother Tuck?
Well, for number one, what's this guy's name again?
The Amazing Lucas.
Okay, the Amazing Lucas. Now ain't nothing to really understand. I mean, the only thing the only thing that is understand that he needs to take his ass right on back to elementary school. That's where he needs to start from again. Because everybody knows who was the Halo. I mean, because I'm not even a Halo fan. But I'm not putting that game down myself.
Right.
I mean, dude, come on now. I mean, I heard all the things that he said about in the E-Rock. E-Rock talked about his ass real bad. How he don't think the game was challenging and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, what I play of it, the game is very, very challenging. It doesn't get old.
That shit was funny.
What's up, 100? I got to check your video out, man. I've been out of the loop, brother. You know, ODT said you was on fire about that idiot talking about Halo, man. Look, if telling you what, man, if anybody is talking shit on Halo, fucking 100 will sniff that shit out. He'll find that shit, man. I'm telling you, man. He will.
He will.
I'm telling you. 100 in the building. What's up, my G? 100 in the building.
But see, now I'm gonna start something with Bones' ass too. Right now, your Raiders getting their ass kicked. So just let him know what that's all about.
You're only doing that because you on this podcast and you ain't in the same room with him. That's the only reason why you doing this.
Oh hell, I said it in his damn face too. You know I'm not afraid of him. Shit, sister ain't gonna dog walk their ass today. Shit, yeah, I said it, 100. They gonna dog walk their ass today if they don't play no better than what they playing now. That's all it is to it. But now, getting back to what I was saying, whatever his name is,
Lucas,
whatever his name is.
Yeah,
he need to go back to elementary school.
Yeah,
he need to go back to elementary school because I don't give a care what it is. I don't give a care if you've been out the loop or you had never ever played a Halo game. Dude, you got to at least enjoy it. I mean, hell, this Halo is one of the best, beautiful games that I'm gonna tell you right now. The story and the way they gonna make this thing last for 10 years. That's what Bones said. If they gonna I hope they make it last for 10 years, like they say they are. Man, that's a beautiful thing. If they can do if Microsoft can do that, can make this game last that long. Kudos to them. Kudos to them all the way. Because I would love to see something like that happen. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we already talked about it already. You know, I like to see like Call of Duty, skip Call of Duty, just make damn maps for a couple years, and then bring out a new one. Yeah. I mean, they don't need to bring out a new damn game every goddamn year. Just make the damn maps and be happy with it. But that's what they want to do. That's their business. But with what Microsoft is doing, I hope they keep on doing what they're doing. Just keep on advancing this bad boy and let that be that, and just tell people straight up to shut the fuck up. And I mean, and there's a new sheriff in town, and it's what you call Halo Infinite, the ultimate game, So, but Lucas, you know, I'm telling you right now, you need to take your ass right on back to elementary school, preschool. If you have to go in there and suck on your mama's pacifier again, you might have to do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, but when you go ahead and go in there and down a game for no reason at all, just because you don't get the concept of the damn game, I got a problem with that. I mean, and like y'all said, if you don't want to do that, go over there and get the history lesson of Halo, and let that be that. But I don't need a history lesson of Halo. I already know the history lesson of Halo.
Yeah, yeah.
All I got to do is play the game and just enjoy it.
Right.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, hey, big shouts out to Lewis, man. He said, yo, the PS4 manufacturing to compete with the Series S is too funny. Talk about a backfire. Yeah, that's true because, you know, what do you guys think about that? Because I did hear about that. They're going to continue manufacturing PS4s. Why do you think this is going on, guys?
Because their PS5 chips are still in shortage and they need to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Billions can't compete with trillions. Soon the trillions will buy you out.
Right. And what they don't understand too is that what's funny is they're going to be continuing manufacturing, but in Microsoft ends production of the Xbox One. You know what I mean? So I guess that's it. Now they're ending.
That would call. From Phil's perspective, I call that a balanced trade, if I'm right. So
yeah,
you know, Sony has to rely on their last gen product to actually make money. Sure, I'll shut off 360 servers. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, that's a little bit sad. Man, they're going to keep it going, but what they don't understand, you could keep producing those PS4s, but a lot of people I talk to that like the PlayStation brand, they're done with those PS4s. I mean, there's still
live content is what they want.
Huh?
They want their PS5 content.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah. I mean, they're done. They want that PS5 so they can keep doing production on them systems all they want. It's not going to hurt or compete with the Series S at all. I mean, they can do that all they want.
Well, what I thought was kind of interesting to find out was it was Nintendo that is really actually beating everybody. Without selling even the series models, which is a good thing. So there you go. There's the influx that we were all wondering where it went. And I'm like, no, it went directly to Mario, but I'm not dumb, so I can see that. But the issue would be is like now you're gonna have Phil and the Mario brothers actually have fun. That's gonna be kind of interesting to see. So
it's amazing what Nintendo is. I mean, you're not even really seeing nothing really out of that camp. It's amazing that they're outselling even the big boys. I mean, it fathoms me. Yeah. It's amazing to see that going on, man. I mean, that's I don't have no ill will towards them. I mean, hey, but that's just amazing to see that we got these next gen consoles, brothers, that are doing leaps and bounds of what the Switch can't do at all, or anything they have over there, and they're outselling. I guess I guess it's safe to say they really have that casual market.
Yeah, the simplicity of Nintendo has just always been forever. So that would make sense. And Lewis, people will hate what they don't have or they cannot afford, and that's just the entire point.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know what? I'm glad that Lewis brought that up because I did see that. And I don't know. I think that's a bad decision to do. I mean, there's a lot of PS4s out there already. I mean, when I go into my gaming shops, I mean, there's a few in there you can buy used. I mean, making more PS4s, that's not going to really do anything. It's last gen. You know, it's last gen, man. We're moving ahead now. That's why Microsoft is stopping, the producing the Xbox Ones. You know what I mean? We're moving ahead. The S is what's filling in that filler from the stopping producing the Xbox Ones. If you can't get the Series X, the filler, is that Series S until you can upgrade to the big boy when it comes available. You know what I mean?
And I heard through a rumor that they want to decrease the price of the Series S even more than it is right now.
Are you serious?
That will be beautiful.
So, wow, if they were to do that,
if they do that, Sony goes bye-bye. That's kind of my idea. But I don't know how you're going to make it cheaper than it is right now. So that's going to be kind of an interesting faction. So we'll find out.
I'll tell you right now, boy. Hey man, if how much is it right now? $299, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? $199?
You imagine if they bring that thing down.
The arcade price, I swear to Christ, it will work, but it will, say goodbye to Sony's. But
if they bring it down to $250, yeah. I mean,
PS4 for the digital box though. That would be beautiful.
Man, Lewis is on fire. You're right, Lewis. The fact that Xbox One owners can still play next-gen games via the cloud is amazing. How can people hate on that? That's facts.
That's in the cloud, in the cloud, that's good now. The cloud's way better than what it was when it first came out.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna give a good example. Me and my son, we play It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Now he got it on his console, and I played it off the cloud, and I mean, it wasn't no hiccups at all.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man.
I mean, it was like a beautiful. It was like a dream. I mean, it was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
And reports say that the Xbox Series have actually outsold any past console from Xbox.
Yeah.
So if you actually know your past, you actually understand what that number might really be right now. So the fun factor is people can speculate, but you have to know math in order to know what that number might be. So
that's right.
Rather interesting.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Team Reaper, there's only one thing about it. PlayStation fans don't know how to spell. So
no, they don't know how to spell. They don't know how to count. They don't know how to use a calculator.
They don't know how to read
cutscene by cutscene. They just know how to press X 1,000 times.
And Lewis says that's why that's why there was the article saying the series is leaving the PS5 in the dust.
Yes.
I can't negate that. I can't debate that. That is true, man. I mean, the Series S, guys, right now, we said it in our past podcast on Alpha. it's killing everything right now. It just is, man. I don't care what people say. You have these big YouTubers out there, T and Tuck, still trying to make videos talking about trying to find out sales numbers, and Sony bringing up sales numbers again, and they want to know why Microsoft is not saying what the console sales is. And I get so sick and tired of them refreshing that, rinse and repeat, talking about that shit. You're not going to hear what the numbers of the consoles are. Stop making fucking videos about it. At this point, you're just fucking clickbait, and that's it. You're not going to hear the numbers of what they're selling. You're not going to.
That's Sony white knighting for Sony. That's kind of annoying, but again, that's what the fanboys will do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the annoyance is like, then the next argument we'll get is, why is Xbox so popular? Why is this so intriguing to consumers? I'm like, because it's something fresh and new.
Yeah, and you got Brad Sams is a fucking rinse and repeat. He keeps bringing that shit up. Oh yeah, Microsoft is doing good, but they won't tell us the numbers, and Sony. I'm like, dude, stop doing videos on that shit. You did it like a couple months ago. You're not going to know the numbers, so stop making videos about it, dude. At this point, you're just clickbait. You're not going to know the numbers. You don't need to know the numbers. Software is what sells, not consoles. It doesn't matter if you say how many Sony
consoles are still hardware.
Are out there.
Consoles are still hardware.
Right.
These are what are software.
That's right. You could tout that all you want. That's not bringing in Sony money. How many consoles they sold? It isn't. It's a software. Talk about their software, what they're bringing in that way. Are they bringing in as much as Microsoft right now? No, they're not.
In fact, the software gets delayed more often than not.
Right. They keep talking
waiting for Horizon Dino Dawn Part 2, right?
Yeah.
So we're waiting for that, and then we're also waiting for Ragnarok. My thing is, Sony thinks that the 2018 God of War PC port works. Then what's going to happen to Ragnarok?
Yeah.
That's going to be my point. So the fun factor is that, Sony can basically tailgate Microsoft's way of thinking all they want, but you got to find something related to your fandom in order to make that work for you. It's not going to, if you try to copy us, it's not going to work. So that's kind of the other issue that Phil is having with Sony, because all they want to do is just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. You can't do that with Sony software because it's not the same thing as Xbox.
Right.
That's true.
But I think the issue is that, we've gotten too used to the simplicity of how things should work. So when anything takes effort to actually succeed in doing, people just, they just hop out. That's understandable because they are not used to the amount of hard work that it requires.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what beats the hell out of me, it just fascinates me that these Sony ponies, they still don't want to do anything. They're not asking. They're not getting on Sony. I mean, I heard that they're supposed to be doing something like a Game Pass and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but like I'm gonna tell people,
this idea works for PlayStations 1 through 4. I get that. That might actually be intriguing to most fandom that has never actually touched a PS1 to 4.
Right.
But for the millennial and Zoomer technology, we've already done that once or twice in our lives before. We want something fresh and new. Give it that, and that's what we'll sell. But if you try to basically and remake everything we've already done in life, it's not going to go anywhere.
Well, like I said, the only thing I'm saying, if they're not going to go ahead and do their, and this is why I really do feel about them, if they're not going to do they games, their new games day one, why even come out? Because that's what people are going to be interested in.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they interested in older games, but can they compete with Xbox as far as like get these games like But
Xbox has been doing this since 2001.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it this way. To actually get Xbox people invented, you had to put The Rock on stage with Bill Gates.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to have to do now to actually beat that? I don't know. You can't use The Rock because The Rock already is Xbox.
Yeah.
So
The Rock has been Xbox since day one.
Is you gotta get something fresh to make it work.
Right.
Yeah.
And fresh.
And I don't know what you can do fresh to make it work though, man. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either. So that's kind of my other point. I personally think Sony is just a sinking ship, but Davy Jones will decide when it goes down.
Yeah. Right. Yep. He's right.
Shit, I mean,
But I think if we can all get the companies to work together as one, we might have an actual victory right there. So, but trying to make everybody be kosher is a bitch. I agree.
So I'm hearing rumors, and we'll talk about this new stuff because you always are hearing when you go to click on gaming news and stuff, you always see Game Pass in there, something that they're doing with Game Pass, games that have been being added here recently. And one of the games that I heard that was tweeted that the whole Hitman series is supposed to come to Game Pass. What do you think about that, Tuck?
Love it. Love it. The more games that's on the Game Pass, the more I'm gonna love it. I think Microsoft, like I said, I think Phil Spencer is knocking everything out the ballpark. I think he's just trying to we already know that Xbox is gonna have it's a part of the future already, but they try to dominate it now. Because I try to tell these Sunny ponies, I said, listen here, y'all. Every exclusive that y'all got coming out, Xbox sure they're gonna have something to jump on it every damn time.
Yeah.
Get ready for it.
And this year is gonna be Starfield.
Yep.
Starfield,
Elder Ring.
Right.
And so much more. But
and Scorn.
We're only gonna go up from here. And if we
only got Scorn,
we got Scorn coming out. We got now. I want to know you brothers, like T's a shooter. He likes the Halos and the games like that and stuff. Are you guys going to actually? Probably T is, but what do you think about the Rainbow Six Extraction? Are you guys going to get into that?
I'm actually playing it.
You're playing it now?
Will be playing it when it comes out.
Oh, okay. Now this Rainbow Six, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, does it have a story mode?
I really don't know.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Extraction. I didn't know if it had you know how some of the games that come out, like some of the Call of Duties, it's just online. There's no story mode. You know how people were mad about that in the past. But I was wondering, does this one have a like a campaign? Does it have a campaign?
That's I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I got to find that out. But I did pre-download it on the Series X, and also I'm going to be downloading Stalker 2. Now, there's one thing I did hear about Stalker 2. Did they is it delayed?
That's what I'm hearing, but I haven't written that about it.
Because I didn't know if I thought I read something. I could be wrong that it was it's going to be delayed for a little bit. And if anybody in the chat knows, let me know. You know what I mean? But that's what I heard. Now that could have been wrong news I heard or something. But somebody tweeted or something on Twitter that it might be delayed. Now I'm don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but it's going to be worth the wait. If you've seen the E3. They did the interviews with the developers and everything. It looks like a fantastic fucking game. And I cannot wait to play that. It's worth waiting for to play, the Stalker 2. It's very worth waiting for. And they also added the whole Ultimate Collection of Mass Effect, man. I am playing that right now. I already beat Mass Effect 1 again. It was impressive, guys. The HDR that pops like you won't fucking believe. It looks like a brand new fucking game. It does. It looks like a brand new game, man. It is beautiful. Now I'm on Mass Effect 2. Same thing. It looks like a brand new fucking game, guys. They did a fantastic job on that, and putting it in Game Pass is definitely awesome, bro. Awesome. I'm actually thinking about purchasing that now. Because now I'm playing it, I'm like, wow, this is great. I don't mind playing them over again. Yeah, I really don't. But it looks good. I mean, if it had a fresh revamp, remaster, everything looks good in HDR and all that and stuff like that. Yes, I will purchase it. Now, if they didn't do nothing to the game and they just put it in there, you know what I mean, and it didn't look that great, or it was just all the same thing, then I probably would wait for like a huge sale. You know what I mean? But it looks very, very awesome. And I am I'm having a lot of fun with it, man. So on that note, Game Pass is they're just doing man, fantastic things, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really think Sony's just going to be able to catch up. And with them also, putting PS4s back into production, that's not going to do anything, man. I don't think that's going to do anything. Whatever. You know what I mean? Because those PS5s, man, I don't know, bro.
I mean, and just like you said, I mean, how many more PS4s can you do? Shit, everybody almost got a damn PS4.
Everybody does.
They gonna put them back production because
T Reaper has one. Everybody has
one anymore. It got stolen, but yeah, I mean,
well, yeah.
I used the PS4 to beat the game in 14-hour flat. I pissed on it. I did the video, and I was.
What's up, Killer Chauvin 82?
But someone did actually take it from me, so.
Yeah, Poseidon said that Stalker is delayed. Stalker will be out December 8th of 2022. Stalker 2 will be out. Shouts out to Chauvin 82. What's up, brother, man? Salute to you. Shouts out to Peltrex. How you doing, brother? Glad you guys can join us. You know what I mean? But let's talk about this real quick. I know you guys want to talk about some other things. All the Alpha brothers in the chat, the Alpha panel. Let's talk about something. Let's really get into it, man, the nitty-gritty here. Do you guys honestly believe, I'm going to have T Reaper give his opinion about it first. Do you believe the Xbox is outselling the PS5? T Reaper, brother, what do you think?
If logically it's anywhere from 13 to 17 million units sold for PS5s right now, if that's the rumor, and the series models have outsold any record of Xbox consoles in general, then yeah, I do. But my thing is that that's just uno, dos, tres, common sense. But
yeah,
you got to go to school and you got to understand
dos,
that.
Tres, cuatro, cinco, siete.
But and then if their new market cap is over 2.3 trillion, yeah, I certainly do. So my annoyance is that we can do this, but we all have to be smart about it to understand where Microsoft is actually getting all that money backing from, and it's just going to go up, up, up.
Yeah.
But less is more, because, and this is kind of a cool thing with my Series X, I got 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate included in that box.
Do you guys, and I'm going to let Tuck give his opinion. What's up, Retrofusion? What's up, my brother? Thank you for coming. Salute to you, my man. Do you think, because of the PS5s not really coming out like they are and they're redoing these PS4, do you believe as we go forward into 2022, is it possible the Series S is going to be the reason why it'll beat out Sony's PlayStation 5 in sales?
I think the Series X is going to be the diamond in the rough concept for Microsoft and Phil, especially if you reduce its actual entry cost at $199. If you do that, then yeah.
Yeah.
But if it stays at its if it's $299, consistently from now on and doesn't go down, then I don't know yet. So the issue would be is we want to use the digital box as an entryway for new gamers, and we also want it for family gamers that actually want to have low on a budget. Yeah, and if you do that on a $199 for the Series digital box, all you need is an internet connection. And
that, you never know, T. If T's right about this, we're going to celebrate. If Phil and them decide to drop the price of the Series S, it's curtains for PlayStation. I'm telling you, it's curtains, bro. You're done. I'm telling you. If they drop the price of that, oh man, I'm telling you, man.
I mean, even if they drop it to $250, they don't have to drop it to $199. If they drop it to $250, it's done. Because they know
if they drop that, if they drop that even like you said, down $50 or something like that, it's
the lowest Xbox has ever sold is the 360 arcade for $199. If you do that, Sony bye. So but the 360 sold without a hard drive then. Remember that?
Yeah.
You had to buy a hard drive for it. What are we on now, everybody? We're on memory cards for your beautiful series models.
And Killer Chauvin, I'll let you answer in a minute, Tuck. And Killer Charm says, who cares if the Xbox outsells the PS5? The Xbox has better games than the PS5's. Sales mean nothing if your games aren't good, and PS5's exclusive games aren't good. Otherwise, I would have bought a PS5. Facts. I think just like Killer Chauvin, I do. I'm just being honest. I do. The only thing I like from them, I told people, is they're old school shoot 'em ups and beat 'em ups that will not come out on the Xbox ecosystem. That's the only reason why I would be interested in even thinking about buying a PS4 Slim, is to play those good shoot 'em ups that they have that come over from Japan, and those fighting games that they just refuse to put on other systems. They might put it on Nintendo, but Xbox will not see the light of day of some of them shoot 'em up games and fighting games that are old school. And you know your boy Sega Man likes that stuff. So that would be the only reason that I would buy that. I would not buy God of War, The Last of Us, and all that other bullshit. I played those games and I don't like them. I don't like Uncharted. I don't like none of that shit. I've played those games. I don't like them. So I played them on my PS3. I didn't like them. That's just me. You know, I'm not trying to take nobody's fun factor away that likes those games and enjoys those games, but your boy don't like those games. You know what I mean? So that's why I would only buy games that Microsoft, they refuse to give the Xbox. They refuse to. Like them great shoot 'em ups and beat 'em ups that never came out on an American system, bro. That's the only reason why. On that, what do you think about that, Tuck? The Xbox, do you think the Xbox is outselling the PS5? What is your opinion on that, man?
Well, my opinion is like this, okay? You know, at this point in time, you know, yes, I do think, because I think the Xbox Series X did good this holiday season. And plus the thing about what people don't understand is that if you get the All Access program, you can still get an Xbox Series X. I mean, you know, there's ways to get the Xbox Series X, but the Series S, the Xbox Series X, I mean the S, oh yeah. I mean, during this whole holiday season, I've seen a lot of them in stores, a lot of people buying from Best Buy, Walmart, and all that stuff. I've seen a lot of people do it. I mean, they couldn't get the PS5, so they said, fuck it. You know, hey, you know, Sony just gonna lose out. So, you know, and I'm always telling people straight up, I say, you know what, this little system right here is a good little system. I mean, it's not the Xbox Series X, but it does everything what it needs to do to keep you in the loop about good gaming. Yeah. And plus I tell people like this: you got to get the Ultimate Game Pass, where you can try the cloud and all that stuff, because the cloud, man, I'm telling you, and that's the beauty of it. Because just like you said, just think about it.
Yeah, you
don't have to have a Xbox Series X or S to enjoy Starfield, right? Because it's going to be on the cloud.
Yeah.
So if it's on the cloud, you can still enjoy it.
Yep.
I mean, you know, man, Microsoft really just got this thing nailed down. Yeah. I didn't think they was going to do this with the cloud, but but once they put the cloud on the Xbox,
it's a done deal, brother. It's a done deal. It really is. So if you don't even own the next gen systems, you could still play those fucking games on the cloud. It's a done deal, bro.
Right.
There's nothing they can do. It's a done deal.
Yeah, that's why we call it play anywhere, and that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, and my whole point is that I didn't think that Microsoft was going to put the cloud on the Xbox. I did not. I thought they were going to leave the cloud on the phones, on the tablets, and all that. So I thought that's what they were going to do. But once they start implementing it into the Xbox system,
yeah,
I said, okay, you know what? And then when I played some games, you know, from the cloud on the Xbox, you know, and think about it, you don't have to worry about, you know, if you don't have enough room on your hard, I mean, if you don't have enough room on your hard drive, you can play the game right then and there.
Yeah.
it's just a beautiful fact. That is just the facts, guys. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, ain't nothing you can say about it. I mean, Microsoft got all the corners and got everything locked up.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why some of these damn, I mean, like, well, I mean, what's the name of that one? What was it called? What was it? Who Google had it?
What are you talking about? Google? What you?
Video.
Yeah, video. I mean, that's the reason why that failed. I mean, and once they got Bethesda, that was it.
Oh yeah.
You know, that really was it, because now you got to play. You got to play with Microsoft now, because Microsoft got it locked down. And if they get some more, studios, it's really gonna put Sony in a bind. It really is.
Yeah, it would.
That's coming. You know, Poseidon, our brother, says Game Pass and Series S with the price drop on a system, it's doomed for Sony. If they were to do that, man, yeah, I can definitely.
It's doomed. Yeah,
I can definitely see that. And then Peltrick says, I wonder what the sales are with the Series S and the PS5 digital. Peltrex, I never hear nothing about the digital PlayStation 5. I don't hear nothing about that. I'd never see it. I don't hear anything about that. The only thing they show is the one that has the disc. I never hear nothing about that.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made one yet.
Yeah, seriously. You always hear about Microsoft's digital system, which is the Series S, but you never, ever hear about the digital PS5. You don't. You don't hear about it in gaming news. If you click on gaming news, right, on the internet, you don't even see it on there. You don't hear about it. They don't even talk about it. So I don't know. You know, I don't know, man. I heard somebody's PS5.
I'm going to argue that because Sony is still on hardware sales, not software.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys this. I can't remember where I watched it. Somebody's PlayStation 5 broke, okay? They sent it back to Sony. They said, okay, we'll take care of you. Now, this is the regular PS5 with the disc tray, the disc drawer, all right? He sent it back. He got a PlayStation 5 back, but guess what? They gave him the digital one. They didn't give him his original one back. So I can't remember who it was, but so he called and said, hey, this is not my PS5. My PS5 has the disc drawer. What the fuck's going on here? I don't want this shit. I had the one that had the drawer. Oh, well, we don't have those available, so they sent him the one that's digital. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, man. You send back the shit that I sent you. Don't send me a digital PS5, because this is not what I fucking purchased. That's fucked up. So what is that saying? They don't have them? They don't have them. They must not have that one being in production on being made, because they sent him a digital one. They didn't even send his original one back. So something's up with that. You know what I mean? That's what I heard, you know? So I don't know what they're really funny style over there, brothers. I don't know what's going on over there. You send the man a digital one and he didn't purchase that, you need to send him his shit back. You know, I don't know if they couldn't fix it, but you don't do that, man, because it's not the one he purchased. That's crazy.
I believe that's called stealing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it is stealing.
Well, I would also say that's Sony for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Retro Fusion says, what, bundle the S with Game Pass instead of a price drop? Well, what do you guys think about that? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on which market you want to actually target first. You want to target the people that can't afford games, or you want to target the people that need the Game Pass subscription more?
Yeah. What's up, Craig Simmons TV in the house? What's up, my brother? Keep making that good food. You be making me hungry, man.
But as I had just pointed out before, my Series X came with an included Game Pass 2-year.
Yeah, that's sweet. That is sweet.
So my thinking to this process would be, for Phil, if you want everybody to buy in bulk and then not have to worry about crap for years on end, that would be the way to do it. So, and then even better if you do it with a Series S. Boom.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then Killer Chauvin says, what do you say? People celebrated the Final Fantasy game won't get a Xbox release anymore. While they forgot the Xbox the Xbox is the home of Western RPGs, and Final Fantasy will never be as big as the Elder Scrolls. What do you guys think about that?
I think they're equally popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they equally popular, and that's it.
With the beautiful Skyrim, Oblivion, so on and so forth.
Well, that's just like, Peltrek said here. He said, I prefer Western style RPGs, but I would be a stupid ass move by Square. So,
yeah,
stupid
move by Square.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, we'll just have to see. I don't know. I'll give my opinion real quick. I'm not going to say that this Series S. I'm not sure. I can't really say that it's outselling the PS5, and I'm going to be honest with the Alpha brothers on the panel and the Alpha brothers in the chat. I honestly don't give a fuck, or I don't care. I really don't. We don't really care over here. We like playing on the Xbox ecosystem with the Xbox Series S and X. True Xbox diehard fans and of Xbox, they don't really care about that. They don't.
Because it's games we care about. It's not where we play.
Yeah, it doesn't
play as simple as what's behind me. So what I hold, it's not that hot.
Right.
So, but then you got the simplicity of PlayStation, and they only think about one thing at a time. If you do that, where's the progression there?
And wait, guys, wait when the new games come out, and people in the Alpha chat and the brothers on here know this. As soon as a new game drops over there, Xbox is dead. Xbox is dead. It's no more. Every time a game drops over there that's an exclusive, they say that because they have nothing else to say, and they know that there's nothing else that they can do. Microsoft is just killing it right now. So it doesn't matter if your new exclusive comes out on your system. Xbox is not going to die. Game Pass is dead, and all that shit is not going away. It's only getting better and better over here, man. And you just got God of War now that just went to PC.
This is where the fun part begins with Microsoft and other tailgating companies that want to play together. We're going to run into cross-play integration, and that's the number one thing fanboys right now want to complain about.
Yeah. Yep. I see that. I can see that, man. I can see that. Oh, yeah. Killer Sean says, I guess this is the reason why PlayStation wants Final Fantasy games exclusive to their platform.
Yeah, exactly.
PlayStation can have it. It's no loss for me. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I like the Alpha brothers that join us every Saturday, guys, on the Alpha podcast, because they just be lighting the chat up with facts, dude. We really don't care. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? We honestly don't care. You know what I mean? We just waiting to see what comes in the Game Pass, what what Xbox got planned for us next with games. Now we're hearing that there's going to probably be some more studios that might be coming soon and stuff like that. So, we'll have to see, man.
Hey, Sega man.
What's up?
I gotta show you somebody right quick. You haven't seen him in a while. Watch. Look at this. Now you haven't seen him in a while. Last time you saw him, he was a puppy.
He don't want to be on camera, man. Get him on. He don't want it. Why are you doing that to that poor dog, man?
This bad boy right here. He's 8 months. He weigh over 30 pounds.
Yeah, how many pounds?
30.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a big boy. And he probably get bigger than this.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be getting probably get a little bit bigger.
Oh yeah.
They probably
right now, this little female dog's in heat. So so you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to get to it, boy. And I said, nope, you ain't getting to it. So, but hey, how y'all doing, fellas? All I gotta say is this: I am not a Sony fan. Sony can kiss my ass. And this is coming from Brody Lee.
Hey, yeah, you're right, Lewis. They don't even have the infrastructure. They don't even have the infrastructure when it comes to software. They don't. They don't. They really don't. They're trying. Mike, you know what? Sony, in my opinion, is scrambling right now. I don't care what anybody says. Like right now, they want to copy the Game Pass. They've been needing help with Azure servers. I mean, it's just, that's just the way it is, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and all I gotta ask you is this: what do they have coming in new? What do Sony have coming in new? Really, the same damn thing. God of War, a Ragnarok, whatever they're gonna call that piece of shit.
Ragnarok and Dino Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Right, and I heard all kind of leaks about that game too.
What's going on with that? Is when does that come out for them? When does that game come out?
They said February, but now
I think February the 10th or 8th or something like that. But they said because somebody's saying that they got so many damn leaks that people's actually, they say Sony's actually pissed off because people actually leaking the game now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, but that's normal though. I mean, that ain't nothing new.
Yeah, the new stuff that I saw this week was the fact that Dying Light has a gameplay runtime of over 500 hours. They asked if that was too long.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. No, it's not too long. In fact, it will keep you busy. So good.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. So, Tut, there were some things I missed the podcast. Shout out to my brother Unlimited Productions. You guys were talking about on the Unlimited Truth. Is there anything you want to talk about? You want to continue here on the Alpha, man? I didn't really get to catch most of it, but what were you guys talking about? The sales?
We were talking about the sales. We were talking about a little bit of everything about what we were just talking about a little bit of everything. It was a real good podcast. I mean, they really just get free for all like we doing it now.
Yeah.
And and I mean a lot of things that Eliminate and Hebot just they just came out with the truth, and some of these Sony ponies didn't want to hear it, but it's just the truth that Sony is going to be hurting in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
In gaming.
Yeah.
They got to get their act together. They should have did a Game Pass years ago, because as of right now, if they do come out with one, what can they do? What can they actually do right now?
They got a lot of catching up. Here's the thing. Here's the big thing, and everybody on the chat and in the panel knows this. If Sony brings out a Game Pass, all right, if they don't make those exclusive the games day and date, that fucking PlayStation Pass is going to fail. I guarantee.
Yeah, fail big time.
Because that's what they're going to want to do. The fans are going to want that, like we have over here. They're going to want their exclusives to be in the PlayStation Pass day and date, and I guarantee you, in my opinion, if I'm wrong, I'll do a video. I guarantee you, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Well, if they don't do it, no of them even come out with it.
Yeah. Yeah. They might as well not come out. They might as well not come out with a PlayStation Pass, because every exclusive that's on Xbox, you've seen it. It comes out on Xbox and PC. I mean, I have to say PC because it does come out on PC. But as far as the console goes for the exclusive games, it comes out for console exclusive on the Xbox. Now, if PlayStation does not do that, that's a big failure. And I guarantee you, I don't think they're going to do that. I honestly don't think they're going to put their new games day and date. They're going to want you to go out and buy that shit digitally or physically. I don't think they're going to do it.
Yep.
I really don't believe that. What do you think, Tuck? You think they'll do that?
Nah, I mean, if they do it, shoot, I mean, they ain't gonna have no choice but to do it, and the reason why they ain't gonna have no choice but to do it because that's what people are going to want. These Sony people, don't get me wrong, they might be crazy, but if you don't think that they don't want the same thing that the Game Pass got for the Xbox, you're fooling yourself.
Yep.
You're fooling yourself.
Yep.
And that's all it is too. I mean, they fool themselves, and that's, man, it's just the fact that Sony has got themselves in a hole, and Xbox jumping all on their ass right now. Ain't a damn thing they can do about it.
Right,
Microsoft, hey, Microsoft got it going on right now. Like I said, the Game Pass is hitting it. The sales is doing good.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, they doing good on all phases. And like you said, the Xbox Series X is the diamond in a rough system. Yeah. So you got a lot of people out there that can't spend $500 on a dog. I mean, like $499 on a system.
Yeah.
But they can spend that $300, and if it goes down to $250, oh shit! Just like you said, man. I mean, with the production of the PS4 coming out and all that stuff, they still doing production of the PS4. They can just go and close down the whole damn shop. Because the PS4 is already, the PS4 would be dead for number one.
Or Sony can basically submit to Microsoft's paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well say that. Oh, and another thing that we talked about too, we talked about the Ubisoft thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, the Ubisoft thing, man, that's big, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said,
Ubisoft service, right?
Huh?
You talking about the Ubisoft service?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Now, can you give us any more insight about that, Team Reaper, or do you know more insight about that?
That's right. The Ubisoft.
I know a little tiny bit about it, but all I'm gonna say on Ubisoft's concept is it's gonna be exactly like EA Access, it's gonna be exactly like Spartacus Access, it's gonna be exactly like Game Pass. Now, this is kind of where I kind of have a fickle opinion. Now, personally, I think Microsoft should just join with Ubisoft or buy Ubisoft out and then add all those games directly to Game Pass. That would be the simple party. But you can't do that while Ubisoft doesn't want to be bought out. So my issue then becomes Sony and Ubisoft will basically do this. They'll basically try to team tag Microsoft's Game Pass, but if you do that, you need content. I promise you this, all gamers, I'm not going to want to play an Assassin's Creed game I played in last generation.
Yeah.
I want new fucking content.
Yeah.
I don't want old content.
Yeah.
I want new content.
I hear you. I hear you.
That, this is what you got to do. You got to give less is more, but you also give an inflated price and an easable, accessible price. Say like $10, that will do.
Yeah.
10 a month, you have Ubisoft access, and then the same with the $15 a month with EA access. It's not really that hard. But my point would be is if you try to basically do this with Spartacus access, you're basically offering your entire platter of PlayStation generation for a service amount. If you do that, I hope to Christ that your software works to play the backwards compatibility like Microsoft does.
What's up, Banff? I know that's you.
Software sucks, so I don't see that happening. So
I actually got a brother in here that I used to work with in GameStop, man. Welcome, brother. Yeah, it's my brother, man. He was a manager. He's a good guy, man. He knows a lot about gaming. You know what I mean? Really good friend of mine too. I hope you and your family are good, brother. You know who you are. You know what I mean? I hope you guys are good, man. I hope to see you soon and we hang out, man. You know what I mean? But like Lewis said, we got Dying Light 2. That's one game we didn't mention. That's going to be coming. Dying Light 2, the Elder Ring, games like that'll be coming too. That Dying Light 2, there's people talking about they're going to buy that day one. Dying Light 2.
Now, let me ask you the Elder Ring. When that game supposed to be coming out?
What'd you say?
Elder Ring.
I don't know when that's coming. Do you, T?
Later this year, I believe.
What about Dying Light 2?
Dying Light's supposed to be this spring. It's supposed to actually already been reviewed. People say it has 500 hours in its gameplay.
Wow.
They asked if that was too long.
What, really? Wow, bro.
Yeah, there you go. February. That's what I thought.
This is my brother. Shouts out to you, Amp. What's up, man? Yeah, Elder Ring and on Game Pass would be a killer. Yes, my brother. This dude is cool as hell, man. That's my brother, man. Thank you for coming, brother. I really appreciate it, man.
Now I put like this: if they put Elder Ring on the Xbox on the Xbox Game Pass, and if it coming out, and I think Elder Ring will be coming out the same. If I'm not sure, I think it's supposed to be coming out sometime next month. I might be wrong, but if it comes out next month, the same time that piece of crap ass Horizon Breath of the Wild come out, and you only got so many people out there that's gonna have the PS5, and then you're gonna have most of the people gonna have production on the PS4 on that regular ass game. Dude, people's gonna be pissed off because they want that game to be on the new system.
Yeah, that's another thing. T and Tuck, that new game they have coming out it is on both systems, right? The PS4 and 5.
Right. Yeah.
So technically,
they don't have no choice.
Technically, is it considered a next gen game? I mean, because think about it, it's on old gen.
If it's also on new gen, though, it is also a cross play game or a cross gen game, is what you would call it.
Cross gen game, yeah. So it's not.
But they're not gonna have no choice. They're gonna have to put on both systems because there's not enough PS5s out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know they might not want to, but they're gonna have to. I mean,
but I'm wondering when that game comes out, you know how people want the PS5 and want to experience the graphics, the new stuff that's in what the PS5 can do. I wonder if they're just going to be mad, right? Some are going to be mad about it and probably not even buy the game and play it because they don't have the system.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Now there is people going to say, "Fuck it, I'm going to get it anyways and play it because they like the game," but there's going to be a group of people out there, to be honest with you, and I think it's going to be a big group that don't want to play it unless they get to play it on the new system. I truly believe that.
Yeah, yeah, I truly do believe that too.
Me, I don't care because you remember back in the day when we first were doing the Exile podcast, and me and T Reaper were still rocking out Xbox Ones. I wanted to play what's that one game? It came out on PC, that scary game. I played it on PC because I didn't have a Series X. What's that called?
Evil Within?
No, it was on Game Pass, and you could play with your Series X and S, but you couldn't play on your Xbox One. I can't remember the name of that game right now, but it was good. I played it on the PC on my laptop. I thought it was pretty good because I couldn't play it on my One X, but I still got to experience the game.
Yeah,
Huh?
Was it called The Medium?
That's it, The Medium. I liked that game because I like horror stuff like that. I like this stuff. It was really good. It played well. There was no screen tearing, no nothing. It did well on my on my HP. It has a Ryzen in it. It did well. I mean, it really did. It looked good and everything. I didn't have no complaints at all until I can get my my Xbox Series X, man. What did Craig say? I saw a notice for stream when I finally turned on my PC for what is that?
God of War.
God of War. Oh, okay. All right. Just going through the chat here real quick. God of War on PC is already being
pirated.
Oh shit.
Good.
Oh man. If I could say his name, young guy don't know. I believe him. My man knows what he's talking about, man. I to be honest with you, when I see him, I talk to him all the time about gaming, but he's not biased. He owns all systems. He knows what he's talking about. He's a real good guy, man. So if Amp tells me, I believe it. You know what I mean? He's a really good dude. You know what I mean? Killer Chauvin 82 said, I'm glad that Crystal Dynamics freed
themselves from Square Enix and helped the initiative with the new Perfect Dark game.
Oh yeah, that's right. What do you guys think about that, man? I think that game is going to be fire, man.
Yeah, no,
I think that
it's good to see other studios helping other studios. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Just like the Coalition helping with that Matrix demo.
Yep, fact.
You know what I mean?
And you know what? And do not be surprised if Microsoft try to acquire Crystal Dynamics too.
Interesting.
I can see that, but not right now. I think they're more interested in the other Asian country games that we want. So
yeah,
like Square, for example.
very interesting, Chuck. Very interesting, Tuck. I can see that, like T saying, maybe in the future, but I never thought about that, Tuck. I hear you on that, man. Maybe you never know. You just never know, man. You know.
Because I would love.
know Phil likes to keep studios independent if they choose to be independent, so they don't want to buy people out if they actually don't want to be bought out. So that's.
Well, they might want to be bought out. You never could tell. You never could tell.
Well, you never can tell when people are in bankruptcy, so that is true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
And plus, I would love to see another. Tomb Raider.
You know what?
Yeah, I do too. I actually want one. I like the Shadow of the Tomb Raider so much. I actually kind of forgot that I played it. So,
do you think they're making another one?
As far as I heard from the original team, they only wanted to make the 3. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they only plan on making a trilogy, which is
okay. All right. Well, if they do, man, I would love it because I like the last one.
Interest that kind of comes back with. But yeah, no, they want to put all new content games on Game Pass day and date. If you do that, you'll get in so much new flux of revenue, and then you'll get more revenue with more consumers. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I would like to see a new Tomb Raider. I love the Tomb Raider series. I've beaten all of them on the Xbox One and everything. They're great. They're breathtaking. You know what I mean? Great scenery in there, backgrounds, everything. I did a great job with the last one. I have DLC. I actually bought for it. I didn't even get to play it yet. You know, I mean, it's on there. I just need to play it. You know, and yeah, my boy says Sony is always late to the game. Remember they passed on EA Access. Now look at them. That's true because they did. You know, just like backwards compatibility. Who wants to play old games? He said. You know, now they're dying to have true backwards compatibility on there. You know what I mean? But yeah, he came out and said that. Now they look like asses. They want that backwards compatibility that we have on the Xbox ecosystem.
But that backwards compatibility thing was built from the ground up. That's kind of my point. You can't do that with Sony.
Yeah.
So, and Sony, by the way, is the ones who invented our memory cards.
Yep, that's right. Xbox is winning the generation F. I agree with you, brother. I do agree with you. Even people might hate that. There's Unlimited right there. I need to catch up with the chat, man. Unlimited. If you want to come in, let me know. Lord, they're all in here, man. I got to catch up with the chat, brother. I'm trying to go through the chat. If you're still in here, Unlimited, let me know if you want to come in and join us, man. You had a great podcast.
Tonight, he's out of town, but he came to show our support.
Oh, he's out of town?
Yeah, he's out of town right now. That's what his comment said.
Okay, I missed it, man. I'm trying to get through everybody's comments here. And then he said, I'd even say we might get back the Xbox 360 generation. It kind of feels that way.
Yeah, because all Phil did was turn off the Halo 3 servers and then integrate them into MCC servers. It wasn't that complicated.
Yeah. It kind of feels... You know what, guys? Back in the 360 days, you guys remember this. I mean, it was just great for people that loved the Xbox. It just was. But now it's really, with these new consoles, it's starting to feel that way again. Honestly, it's really starting to feel like the old 360 days to me. I'm just being honest. It feels that way to me, man. I feel that it feels like the old 360 days because when 360 was out, it was dominating. It was killing. They were killing it. Killing it with the 360, man.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I personally view the opening of the Xbox One generation like this. Xbox lost their way. They had to find their feet again.
Right.
What did they do with Phil Spencer? They found their feet again.
Oh yeah. Definitely. If he got Satya Nadella on his side, it's a done deal. It's over. And Satya Nadella is on board all the way. Yep. So Phil did his job. So they can't talk about Phil and stuff. Because I did a video the other day, guys, and this dude, he got so mad. He said, what are you going to marry Phil, Sega, man? I mean, he didn't even know what else to say, T. That's all he had to say. You know what I mean? Because he's still asking.
That's called salty is what I call that.
Yeah, right? Dude.
Hey, I'll be right back.
All right. And Peltrek says, what would be sweet though is if CD Projekt Red would remaster The Witcher 1. Got it some goodwill back after all the cyberpunk drama. Yeah, maybe it'd be cool if they did that. I believe the Witcher 2 is back in Pat 360, right? I think that's back in Pat. The Witcher 2. What are you laughing at? You must be past me on the chat.
I'm looking what Killer Heaven just said.
Oh, okay. Let me catch up. Man. My brother Unlimited. What's up, Sega Man? Tuck and Reaper. I can't join tonight as I'm out of town. Just like Reaper, read to me. All right, man. But have a good time and be careful, my brother. Be careful. Killer Chauvin, Peltrex again. The show is pretty hot too, and never came to consoles to begin with. Man, you guys are lighting it up in here, man. What's up, Lord? What's up, man? How you doing, brother? How's it going, man? Man, the chat's on fire, bro. I gotta catch up, man. Let me get through everybody's thing here, man. Yeah, that's right. The medium. Yep, the medium. That's what I was talking about. We need a new Killer Instinct.
Oh,
yes, we do.
Okay, that was the other thing I wanted to bring up to everybody's attention. The fact that GoldenEye from 64 wants to be Xbox ported.
Yeah.
Okay, that was kind of what I meant before. I don't want to play something I've already lived through once in my lifetime. I want something fresh. Now, you come back with another James Bond game, maybe we'll talk something different. But my point would be, I've already played GoldenEye in my past. I don't need to play it again. That was my idea. So I do want a new Quake game, though. That is true. I do want one.
Yeah. Did you know that they just look? I didn't even know it was on there until I checked the store. But they put an old Dreamcast game on there called Shadow Man. I think it's 1999. Now I don't think it's like. It kind of looks okay because I was looking at the trailer, looking at the little little pictures they had on there, and it's not bad, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna wait for a price drop because I liked that game on the Dreamcast. They just put it in there. They just put it in there and didn't even say nothing about it. But it's an old game that was on the Dreamcast. So sometimes I think Microsoft is trying to get these older games like from Dreamcast, some that Sega Genesis had, and putting them on there like that one shooter. And they're just putting them on there and not saying anything, trying to surprise us, which is cool. And I really appreciate that. But I think it's like $20.
Those are called Golden Classics, are they not?
Huh?
Those are called Golden Classics, are they not?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call them. Golden Classics.
Yeah, I think so, man. Apparently, the new Killer Instincts is being developed in Japan. I may be wrong, but this is interesting. Hey, if it is, I don't bring it out. Bring it out because I loved it. Killer Instincts, man. It was a great game. I still play it today. Barely anyone is pirating the Sony games on PC. If I remember correctly, Horizon Zero Dawn was only
torrented like 10K times.
10K, yeah. God damn, man. They do pirate those games like a motherfucker, though. They do, man. Let me get to everybody here and catch up with my chat, man. I'm fucking slipping, dude. Killer Shaman says, speaking on the Xbox 360, I played Odyssey, to the west, the backwards compatibility, and it is better than those PlayStation walking sims. I mean, single player games. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. I hear you. Hopefully we get an announcement for a new Quake. Yes, just like T Reaper said, I would love a new Quake. I downloaded Quake, was on a 360 when they brought out the new backwards compatibility. It was only like a few dollars. I downloaded it, bought it, and I played it, and I love it. It just took me back to the 360 days. It looks good. They added, I think, HDR to it. It looks crisp, and it looks awesome, man. And I think it was $4.99, $5. That's not bad. and I played it. It was pretty good. I supported and I bought it back and pat from the 360 archives backward backlog. So yeah. So we'll see, man. And then Lord says, honestly, I'm fine with the old games being played through. The old Devil May Cry games just finished the one by Ninja Theory. Game was sick. Hey man, I go back and play old games all the time. I don't know what fucking people talk about, dude. I like playing. Like I said, I'm playing the Mass Effect trilogy right now. That's on Game Pass. They're old games, but they look fucking good, bro. They look good, and it's in Game Pass. I don't have to buy the shit right now. I have a choice. You know what I mean? So hey, I'll buy it when it comes on sale, because you know what? What's good about those Mass Effect games, T, is that you can do the main mission of all those games, but there is so much content in that game.
Yeah, there's so much side content. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much side content in that game. It's worth buying later, to be honest with you, seriously. Because you could do a lot in Mass Effect 2, 1, and 3, because there's so many fucking side missions.
Those games take forever.
Yeah, they do. And I'm one of the ones, right? When you talk to the people, I ask them every fucking question. Why you serve here and what do you like here? Where are you from? Like, I do all that shit just to find all the information about that certain character in the game. So it's a longevity game, and I kind of like that. You know what I mean? I kind of like that. I can play it and go back to it later. It's a good game, man.
But that's kind of the cool thing with Xbox games. They have infinite replayability, and that's the old golden sale. So that's kind of the idea. If you want games that you can come back to play whenever you want, and doesn't matter if you've already played it or not, you can always find something new to do with it.
Right. And that's why I love that, man. I love that, man. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. I honestly don't think what Phil's saying, that it's hard, because people try to capitalize saying, "Oh, that's fucked up." The haters. "Oh, that's fucked up that the backwards compatibility is gone for Xbox." People don't understand. A lot of that has to do also with licensing and things like that. They might be able to squeeze out some more later. We never know. But people got to think about that licensing and shit. Music that's in games, different things like that, man. That that shit's hard. It's not easy. You know what I mean? It's not easy to get all those games that you guys want. I mean,
especially when people want to tax you for the music you listen to.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, and it's not going to be cheap either. It's not going to be cheap. They're going to want some money out of that, man. So getting 76 games, I think it's 76 back and pack games, getting those games, that's good enough for right now. That's good enough to last you. That's a lot of fucking games that Sony can't even do or touch. You know what I mean? That's a lot of games. So hey, that's cool, man. But
what games are you talking about, Sega Man?
Oh no, I was just talking about the the backwards compatibility licensing. You know how the ponies and people out there that don't like Microsoft or Xbox say, "Oh, it's fucked up that the backwards compatibility has ended." But I was saying that they don't understand that a lot of those games, it has to deal with licensing. And like T Reaper said, like music, that shit's fucking expensive, dude. So I mean, they got enough games right now. They got enough games right now for you to enjoy. 76 games is pretty goddamn good in my opinion. You know what I mean? That you can enjoy that are back and pat right now. So if they squeeze out a little more, they might can get a little bit more in there. That'll be cool. But for right now, it's we're good right now.
Right.
There's nothing to complain about. We have a lot of games. Look, 50 Cent, Blood Money on the Sand. I have that game. People are like, "Oh man, I had that game for a long time." That game is very expensive right now on Amazon, and like they want like over $100-something for that game because it's 50 Cent. You know what I mean? So it's expensive right now to get. But I've had it. I've had it for years. But it became back and pat. And then Killer Chauvin says the Xbox Series S plays more legacy. What's it say? Legacy?
Yeah, legacy.
Legacy PlayStation games than the PlayStation 5, which is sad when your competition can't run legacy and you can't. and that's true. I agree with that 100%. 100%, man.
I agree.
I can't wait for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game coming. I mean, game that the PS what that the what is he saying? Devs made? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Is there a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game coming out? That must have flown under my radar.
I saw something about that having a classic be put back in Game Pass, but I haven't tried it yet.
So I wonder if it's the old. You remember the old classic T from the arcade? Remember that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
So if that one comes back out, I'm gonna buy that because that's a fun ass game. And plus, if we could play together, like if me and T Reaper or Tuck or whoever, it's a really good fun arcade game to play together. It's a very fun game. I played that shit all the time on the regular Nintendo and in the arcade. That was fun as hell, man. So if they bring that back, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. That's a day one buy for me. 100%, man. You know. Well, guys, I know this is. We don't want to go too long. The Streets of Rage 4 devs are making the game. Oh, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome, man. If they're making that game, I think it'll be pretty goddamn good because they did a great job with Streets of Rage 4. They did a fantastic job with that game. I still play it today. I go back and play it over and over and over and over. I love it. They did a great job with that, man. When I'm not playing anything, I just might put it back on and play it over again. I also got the DLC for it too, for Streets of Rage 4. So on that note, guys, like Tuck, is there anything else you want to talk about, man? Because we didn't really have much to talk about today on the alpha. You know, some things we talked about. So is there anything else you want to talk about today before we close out, man?
No, not really. The only thing I gotta say is that I'm hoping that my brother Hebot is okay. I know that they had a big major, I think an industry fire over there next to his complex where he lives at in New Jersey.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that him and his family's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him and see how he's doing, man. I'm gonna call him and talk to him. Shouts out to our brother Hebot. I hope you and your family and everything's okay with you down there, man, with your family, my brother. I'm going to give you a call probably after the show here just to talk to you and catch up with you, see how everything's. I'll shout out to my brother E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox. I will be checking out your video.
Definitely do, because that was funny as hell.
Yeah, my brother T Reaper informed me, man. I've been out of the loop. I gotta go check that out and the 100s video. After I'm done, believe me, I'm gonna get something to eat, call Hebot, and check those videos out, man. Because T Reaper said he got his ass handed to him from those videos. So I'm gonna check that out, man.
And by the way, second man, we do got we gonna have a show tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Sunday, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thought it was next Sunday. It is this Sunday.
Yeah. E-Rock said yesterday.
All right. See what I mean? I've been out of the loop. He's probably like, damn, Sega, man, what the fuck's wrong with you? Well, yeah, man. I know he's saying that in the back of his head. But
yeah, you know he is.
I'm gonna check it. We'll definitely be on, and come and check us out, everybody, on where it all started, man, on the Exile podcast on my brother's channel, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X. Come and join us tomorrow night on the Exile podcast. I believe our podcast will start at 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So come and check us out over there. You know what I mean? We're going to be talking about some things over there. And thanks, everybody, for supporting us, man, on the Alpha and the Exile. We really appreciate you guys coming in. It's always really good brothers that come in here and chop it up with us, man. You know what I mean? It's very awesome. You know what I mean? But before we go, T, is there anything that you would like to talk about, man? If not, man, we'll close out and give.
I'm just going to say that Halo Infinite launched with success. I enjoyed it. I enjoy my new Series X that is right behind me. And I have my family to thank for that. So, shout out to them because they're the ones who paid for it. And my stepdaddy is the one who found it. So
that's awesome.
Thank you.
Great shout out to T Reaper, man.
Good.
Great shout out to T Reaper.
The fun is just about to begin, unfortunately, for me, because not really anything but my health and gaming is really what I have to do nowadays. So it's kind of an interesting factor because I got an iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Nice.
Got the
Nice.
Series X, and I got the new Shadow Rig that I now
Nice, brother.
putting on. So
Nice.
the fun factor is I have a new speed dial that I actually can dial anytime I want to play a game, and that speed dial is 2 speeds above your PS5. So my point would be, yeah, ponies. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. It's very, 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 very relaxing.
Nice, man. Nice. But you know what? I'm glad that T Reaper got his Series X, man. You know, he got one, and like it's still hard. It's still hard to get a Series X, but if you can and you don't want to wait, guys, get that Series S, man, and enjoy the Series S. You're enjoying next gen gaming. It's just it's not the most powerful right now. And what I would say is if you can get one, you need to get it and just keep that until you can get the Series X, man. It's until you can get that Series X, you'll be on the next, you'll be playing. Look, the other company right now, you can't get nothing right now. Why you think they're putting out those PS4s again? With Microsoft's Xbox, you can get that Series S. So you cannot say that you're not enjoying next gen gaming. They have it for you. It's available. You can get it, man. There's nothing wrong with having it until you get that Series X. You can put that in your bedroom.
You need internet though.
Series X.
You need good internet.
Yes, you need that good internet. If you don't have a good internet, forget about it. Honestly, you know what I mean? Because it's a very high-tech piece of machinery, gaming system, and you need to have that good internet, man. Or I don't know what to tell you.
My next fun fact would be the upcoming streaming concept that we're going to introduce next. That's going to be fun for all gamers alike. Whether you like to do it on Twitch, whether you like to do it on a mixer concept. The whole thing, or Streamlabs, for example, concept. Yeah, we're gonna integrate that so people can actually start making a living just by streaming.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. But we had to make sure we had everything all connected for the gamers to enjoy themselves.
That's
what took forever.
Still, my favorite beat 'em up to date is Streets of Rage. For great show, guys. It is too. That's my favorite right now too, man. I own them all on the old systems. I love Streets of Rage, man. It's an awesome beat 'em up. It's been out the best one ever made, in my opinion, guys, is the old school Streets of Rage 2. That was a fantastic, phenomenal 16-bit game that still is talked about today. Very awesome game. Fighting game, guys, if you're into that, man. Very awesome game to play. Pick it up with the Sega collection. You could probably find that cheap now on the Xbox store for at least fucking $10, and you get a whole library of old Genesis games. You can't fucking beat it. I'm telling you, it's cheap as hell. Pick it up, man. It's awesome. If you haven't got it, you need to get it, man, because it's great. You get all those games in there for a very, very low price, man. So pick it up, man. So on that note, guys, I think it's time for us to get out of here. You know what I mean? It was a great alpha show today. Before we let my brother sign out, I want to shout out everybody that came and hung out with us today and kicked it with us, man. We're going to start, we'll start with, from the beginning, man. It was a great show, guys. Thanks for joining us. And before we leave too, man, remember, if you want to get an extra storage, for your Series S and X, don't wait. Don't wait to get the 1 terabyte. There's nothing wrong with getting the 500 gig. It's $130 something. That's not a bad price, to be honest with you, because your Series X already has 1 terabyte, and the extra 500 gig is not bad. It really isn't. You know what I mean? If you see it out there, get it. If you can't get the 1 terabyte out there, and you don't want to pay that price, if you see that entry point for that 500 gig, get it, because it's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it, man. You can uninstall, reinstall games and everything. And if you just have that extra 500 gigs, it helps. It helps me. You know what I mean? So pick it up. It's not a bad price. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to see a price drop in that 1 terabyte. Not right now.
No.
But
you will always see that 1 terabyte sitting somewhere. I've been to Target a couple times in the past month. I always see it sitting there. So
yeah. And if
there.
You don't, how much is it?
It's only sitting still there because no one can afford it. That's the other issue.
You buying that 1 terabyte is almost as much as buying a Series S. So I mean, leave it until it comes down. If you can see that, if you can get that 500 gig and you see it, pick it up. Pick it up, because if you don't, somebody will, because you're still getting more memory. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 1 terabyte. You're still getting more memory to play these next gen games. So if you see it, you should pick it up because it's not a bad price if you see it. And I seen it. One left in Walmart. One, it says you better fucking buy me or you're out. You're not gonna be able to, So I was like, fuck it, I bought it. So but yeah, guys, let's give a shout out to my brother Poseidon. Thanks for joining us, man. Shouts out to 100. 100 was in the building. Always a big shout out to Intramedia Gaming. Xbox got games. You need to check them out. At 11:30, those guys are off the chain. My brother Flip the Script, Flip Money, and all the crew. That's my family. You know what I'm saying? I rock out with 100 Intramedia Gaming always. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to Lewis Frog. What's up, brother? Hey, come back and join us again, man. Come and join us on the Exile tomorrow, 6 p.m. Come and join us on the Exile podcast on our brother's channel, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X. We'll be on tomorrow too, so come and join us, man. We have a good time over there. Big shouts out to Lewis Fragman. Thank you for coming and joining us, brother. I really appreciate it. Killer Chauvin 82. It's always a pleasure, my brother, to have you on here. Peltrex, Retro Fusion Gaming. Go check out his channel. He loves to collect OG Xbox games. He does some streaming sometime. He doesn't only collect Xbox. He collects old school PlayStation games and stuff like that. If you want to check out his channel, please go check him out. Supporting. Check out Craig Simmons TV. Support my brother Craig Simmons TV, man. He has a great channel. Man, he can really throw down on cooking some food, dude. He makes you hungry. He makes you want to go out and, go out and cook something to eat. You know what I mean? He'd be showing all that good stuff on there, T. So big shouts out to them. Shouts out to Amp that came and hung out with me, Killer Fam 69. Big shouts out to him. I'm glad to see you, man. Come back again, brother. Come back again. Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really good to see you. Unlimited Production was in here. Big shouts out to Unlimited. Big shouts out to Lord Furuqua. Big shouts out to him. He's always in here, always joining us, man. You guys are a great bunch of guys, man. I really appreciate you coming in here. Channel, what's up, brother? Channel made it to the building. What's up, Channel? Always good to have you here, man. I know we're closing out, but come and join us, Channel, on the Exile tomorrow at 6 p.m. so we can chop it up and hear your opinions on gaming. That's what it's all about, Channel. Stay tuned tomorrow on the Exile with my brother, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X's channel. On that note, guys, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to do our outros. So let's start with DJ Tuckmaster, man. Tell the Xbox brother and Alpha brothers where they can find you, G.
Okay, everybody. This is your boy DJ Tuckmaster 785. The original Pony Killer. The only thing I really got, I want to just put one more emphasis in this and everything and all that stuff.
Go ahead.
And this is the real serious thing, y'all. This COVID thing is really just out of control. I mean, dude, I work for the VA hospital, man. Right now, I can tell you right now, as of today, out of 135 patients that we got in the hospital,
thank you, Chad.
40 of them is COVID.
Yeah.
Out of 135 patients,
and
we talking about the psych ward now.
Yeah,
they've been boarded with COVID now. They got to put them in isolation and everything. Mm-hmm. So please, people, please wear your mask. If it's anything, if y'all don't believe in the vaccine, that's fine. I'd rather have you have the vaccine. But I can understand how people feel about it. But hell, you can at least wear your damn mask because it's getting out of control, fellas. I mean, we swamped. These schools are shutting down again. And they got to shut down. Have your school shut down again, Sega?
No, we're still good right now, and hopefully we won't have to. It seems like everybody is complying, with everything, and we sanitize and stuff like that, so we're good as long as we're doing our job by sanitizing and all that. If something was to happen, you know what I mean, we're good for right now, so we're good. We're doing what we have to do to keep the schools and all that running, and it's really good for people that actually work there too, because they're still working, to have a job to go to, you know what I mean, they don't have to be on unemployment. So we're doing good right now, And knock on wood that we don't have to. I mean, we're doing everything we can to keep everything good. So we're good for right now down here, man.
Yeah, because like here in Oklahoma, I probably they got 3 high schools that shut down, 4 middle schools that shut down, like 5, 6 elementary they shutting down because the people just not doing right. I mean, and and the thing about it, and I understand these parents with their kids to be in school.
Yeah.
But parents, you got to be responsible too, because you going without your mask and you having your kid go without their mask. So what do you think they're going to do? I mean, they're going to bring it right back to the school, and then all of a sudden you got this big pandemic going on. So I'm just saying, parents, please just do right by your kids. If we can get this thing resolved, but the way that it's looking right now, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's all I really got to say, fellas. I mean, that's all I got to really say. I mean, it's like the hospital's being stressed out. And I mean, I know what these insurance companies are doing now, because I know one thing: if you have not been vaccinated and you get sick, you're gonna be more sicker than that when you get healthy. When you have a $50,000 doggone bill on your hand, that you're gonna have to pay. So that's all I gotta say about that, y'all.
All right, brother, and thank you very much, Tuck. We really appreciate you saying that, man. That's awesome. I mean, we are about gaming here, but it's also good to say stuff, talk about stuff like that at the end of the podcast, because we want all our brothers, Exile brothers, Alpha brothers, to be okay out there, them and their families, because we care. You know what I mean? And that's good, and you should do that. You really should. If you don't want to get the vaccine, do yourself a favor, wear your mask. You know what I mean? Wear gloves if you have to when you go, go certain places or whatever, and make sure you have that hand sanitizer with you, man, because this shit is serious out here, like he said. You know what I mean? It's nothing to play around with. You know what I mean? Keep yourself safe, man, because you don't want to end up that way. You know what I mean? You don't. So, and you don't want to give it to your family and your loved ones. So you need to keep yourself straight. You know what I mean? Wear that mask, wash your ass, and wash your hands. You know what I mean? And on that note, man, we're going to have our brother T Reaper close us out and give us his outro. T Reaper, my brother, tell the people and all the Alpha and Exile brothers where they can find you, G.
Well, you can now find me just resting on cloud 9, and I have my beautiful fanboy souls to thank for that. So thank you, my 6,000 ponies. I appreciate this. But my other thing is I have the J&J vaccine in this arm, and I have my Pfizer booster in this arm.
Good.
My point would be is if I'm the Highlander Goku, you're not really going to touch me with a mask. So the other point would be, if I want to go to a public place and I want oxygen, do I look like this all day? No, because I restrict oxygen if I do that.
Right.
But if I have the vaccine and the booster in my body, what's it doing for me?
Yeah.
And Mr. Biden this morning was like, I want you to wear it like this. So you want your wonderful Americans to go through public places restricting oxygen like this, right? How does that make common sense, people? No, it's dumb. How about we solve this problem? Get your vaccine and booster. The end.
Yeah. Be safe. Be safe out there, guys. And remember, tomorrow, come and join us on the Exile podcast at 6 p.m. All right, man. And we'll be back again next week. Sometimes your boy Sega Man might be late with the Alpha podcast because I'm doing things with the family. Expect me on here Saturday sometime. Maybe if not, you definitely will probably see us on Sunday if my brothers can make it, if ODT can make it, and if Tuck and Hebot can make it, and even Unlimited or our brother E-Rock. But expect to see the Alpha on the weekends. I'm not going to give you guys a certain time anymore because it's not right to do that, and I don't come on. So I have things that I do on the weekends with my family. So expect to see the podcast Saturday or Sunday, maybe around after 2 or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh, our brother Hebot actually just came in here. So let's just have Hebot come in and give us and talk to us for a little bit and just see how he's doing. So if you guys are still here, we'll stay on for a little bit longer, man. Our brother Hebot just came in, so I'm gonna let him bring him into the podcast, man. So let's see what's up with our brother Hebot. Hebot, what's up, my brother? He's probably getting his mic together, man. But
Hello.
Hebot, what's up, my brother?
Tired. What's going on?
How you doing, man? I just got the news, brother, from Tuck, man, about the fire you had down there. Is everything okay? Everybody all right?
Just was uncomfortable and stuff. A lot of you know, because a lot of like had to keep the windows open. The chemicals is like really bad. You know what I mean? The smell and stuff.
Yeah,
Um, no water. No heat because they had to use the fire hydrants and stuff
yeah,
in the area. So like there was not really no water and the heat wasn't really working, but you could feel the heat from the fire all throughout the house, all the building anyway. It looked like a big ball of orange,
Oh,
like a fucking meteor was gonna land in the middle of the fucking place because it was right next to
wow. Wow,
it.
bro.
Only the highway was separating it, but the highway's not that big, so the wind and the windshield gust was blowing shit. They came and told us
Wow,
it was,
man.
we'd have to evacuate if anything to get us. So we had to get stuff ready. Um, we had to get stuff ready in case we
Yeah,
needed to evacuate. But they told us they would let us know. Because they were tackling it from the highway, but they took forever to do that. I actually told the department, told them, look, there's a hydrant across from the building right in front. You could just run the wires because the area where it was, they couldn't get to it unless it was from the highway itself. That
yeah,
that factory's been there for since I was a little kid. It's
yeah,
been there for years. It's the second time in the history of the town that a big factory like that catches on fire. In like the '90s or late '80s, I think it was. It
yeah.
was bee paper on downtown in the street on A Street, and it
Yeah.
was 18 factories that burned down all at once.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, so
Wow.
this one's pretty big. This one had 4 or 5 out next to each other. They were just trying to make sure that uh that the other ones didn't catch on fire because it's a chemical. So you kept hearing explosions from the
Yeah,
tanks inside, in the
yeah,
building.
yeah,
You would hear it like the boom because they were
yeah,
tanks inside with chemicals. And that's what they were afraid of, that it would burst and spread because we got trees and all that stuff around us. And like I said, the only thing separating it was really the small highway. We were right next. I put a picture of how
yeah.
close we were, how big it was. I mean, you can see that shit from the moon. It was so big. So,
Jeez, man. I,
we didn't really sleep well. I was still laying down. I just saw that you was on and shit. So I was like, all right. I had a couple people call me. I think Tuck called me.
yes,
Um,
yeah. He told me. He told me. Yeah. I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad that the family is okay, man. Seriously. I was like,
well,
what
is
the
it,
fuck?
we're okay as far as it's just that it's a hassle because you can't use the bathroom, the toilet. Like I said, the toilet wasn't flushing. Like the little things that you can't take a
Yeah,
bath. You can't. We haven't been able to really make nothing to cook because the water pressure's not there, and
yeah,
and the heating system's not working. And then we can't open windows to try to get some fresh air because, well, first of all, it's cold as hell too. That's another thing. Right now it's like 9 degrees. Um, so it's fucking cold. And
wow,
all the
bro.
water they were splashing with the trucks. There's still trucks out there right now. There's still a truck throwing water. And then
Wow,
the
man.
news was here in the morning. Reporting all the newscasters, the helicopter. So it's just been. We couldn't sleep well. No heat. It's freaking freezing.
Yeah,
And it's just and the building. It houses 64 families. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So because there's 64 apartments in one building. So it's
Wow,
just
brother.
those things unexpected on a Friday night. Like I said, when we seen that orange light outside of the window, the whole area was orange. We thought it was like a meteor or a comet coming to land on us or some shit. I was like, we at war. Like,
Man, dude.
so when we come to the room, the heat in the room was like, holy shit, in my bedroom. And then I see the windows all orange. You can't really see when you look out. It was a
Yeah,
ball of flame, huge ball of flames coming out, like really big. I recorded a little bit once it calmed down
yeah,
and I put it up, but it was so massive. Like the heat, you couldn't really go in because the heat was too strong.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, other than that, we're here. We're just here. So, I just want to. I think I stopped by for 5, 4 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, whatever, at least to show my face. I didn't want you to think
That's all right, man. I'm glad
I
that you're
was,
here.
I was
I'm
just
glad that you're
sleeping.
here. So I'm hearing from you. That's what matters. I'm hearing from you, and I'm glad you got to come in here for and let us know an update and everything's good, man. That's good.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Just, I'm just
You gonna,
I'm
if you
laying
can, you're gonna.
down.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
what's up?
can, you're gonna try to join us tomorrow.
What's going on tomorrow? What we
Uh,
doing?
there's an exile podcast tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends. Like I said, because um,
If
I
you
mean,
can.
the mayor of the town said he was gonna do and he was opening up shelters, so in case they needed to clear out the air, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
if they needed to put out any chemicals in the air to help clean out whatever, if we
yeah.
had to get out, we had to leave. So it depends. And if we're still here, yeah. I mean, I'm only
If you can,
we're home.
don't worry about it, man. Your
I mean,
family comes first.
you can't really do anything right now. We're home. I mean, I have to
Fuck a
actually go out again.
podcast, man. If you can't, you can't. Fuck a podcast.
Right. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
you're on the phone just talking. I mean, there's nothing really I can do. But
Right.
I mean, I got to go out right now in a little bit to get something to eat because, again, like I said, due to the circumstance, you can't do shit in the house the way you need to. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just sleeping. I was laying down. I was
All right,
tired,
man.
but I got
Well,
up. So now we're here. It is what it is. What's going on? What you guys are talking about anyway?
we were just talking about different topics like is the Xbox outselling the PS5? You know what I mean?
Mm,
Different things like that, man. You know what I
mm,
mean? And just talking like about everything that we wanted to talk about, like T Reaper was telling me that E Rock and 100 did a video on some dude talking shit, on Halo, and they like had served his ass to him on a silver platter
Oh,
and
you talking
everything.
about yeah. You talking about Amazing Lucas? That motherfucker
Yeah,
retarded. That motherfucker. Yo, how the fuck you do a video, right? Reviewing a game, and it's the first one you play in the series. Talking about they didn't explain enough about Master Chief. Are you fucking retarded? You just gave your own answer. If this is the first Halo you played, right?
yeah,
And the first game you ever played in the Halo series, Halo has been a continuous story, right? It's a lore. It has continuity in the story. But in
yeah,
order for you to know what's going on in the world and the characters, you have to play from part one to
I know.
this motherfucker. This motherfucker talk about complaining like they didn't explain enough about Master Chief. It was poor story writing, not like PlayStation games. Epic, no dumbass, because PlayStation games are only one story in every game you play, even with the Uncharted series, right?
Yeah,
They treat each game like own set story. It's even a continuation of the last. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
They have characters that have been in the story in part one or part two, for example, right? They're not continuous stories. They'll try to just add in little things like that they never told before. Like for example, in part four of Uncharted, Drake was always said to be an orphan, right? And that's
hmm,
why he became a thief. In order to survive, he would steal to buy stuff and and sell it and make money.
Yeah.
And then Sully realized that when he was already like in his late 20s, I guess, that he was good at it. And Sully was a treasure hunter, would steal for treasures and relics, and then they make money. Same
Hmm.
kind of idea behind Indiana Jones and whatnot. The only difference is Indiana Jones obviously was an actual professor in a college, and
Yeah.
he stole these treasures because he was he was good at it, but he did it to preserve them, to bring them to museums and preserve them, right? So keep them away from bad people, so they won't use them for the wrong reasons. If they had some type of powers, stuff like that, because there's some type of fantasy element, obviously. But in Uncharted, the whole time he was said to be an orphan. Then all of a sudden, in Part 4, oh yeah, you have a brother, and I have a brother, and I never talked about him. And then they added all this exposition about his brother, but because they never said it in the first three games, the whole first half of the game is dedicated in trying to flesh out the brother element and the brother aspect, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So you
Yeah.
can feel and tell that it was forced and it was just tacked on. That it was a third, that it was a afterthought, right? And so again, it's still not a continuation of what happened in the stories of the first three games. They always treat them as their own set game or their own set stories.
Right.
And that's basically like a lot the way a lot of their games are. God of War, the new one was like that. Spider-Man is like that. It has no real correlation or connection with Miles Morales other than, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave town for a little bit. You gotta watch over the city for now while I'm not here. That's as far as the connection in the story goes. And
Hmm.
this dumb motherfucker is talking about, the story is just so they don't tell you nothing. It feels dumb. The gameplay, the AI is not really smart. When he said the AI isn't smart, right there alone, he gave himself away
He
because in
gave
this
himself away when
Halo,
you want to pause in the middle and save in the middle of a boss battle.
right, he said that stupid shit too. But he gave himself away. He gave himself away because if anybody plays the new Halo, Infinite, and I only played it one time. I haven't even
Yeah.
touched the game. But
Yeah.
when I played it, I immediately noticed that the difficulty on the AI was ramped up
Yeah.
because they made them spongy. Number one, they made them really spongy. You can't just kill them. Even the smaller grunts don't die right away. You got
Nope.
to actually keep shooting. And then I realized that when I fought the first boss, when you're inside one of those chambers in the ship
Yeah.
before you land into the world, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Where one of the dudes, he has like a backpack and he has like this hammer, and there's two other little guys with him. Oh my god, I couldn't kill him. He was fucking me up. I was like, what? Mind you, I was playing. Mind you, I was playing it on like I think was not the easiest, but the one that's normal.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out what the fuck I was doing wrong. I was like, this motherfucker is weird. What? And then I realized you had to use a specific weapon to kill him. And that's when I grabbed that set weapon and I realized I was taking a lot of energy and killing him. I just kept running in circles so that he wouldn't catch me going
Yeah.
underground because he keeps chasing you in
Yeah.
that segment. He fucks you up. He's a pain in the ass. Um, when he said that, he's lying. There's no way he even played the game, to be honest with you, because the AI is super smart. They're reactive and it kind of adapts to how you play the game. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way that it acts, the AI. And he was like, "Oh, it's easy. It's a cake. It wasn't even challenging. It's repetitive. I just keep doing the same thing." I mean, at least you got options with different things like your shield, your
Yeah.
grenades, your
Yeah.
grappling hooks, your different type of guns, the turrets you can wield, the cars and the vehicles you can use within the world. You have options. What fucking option do you have in God of War? You can't even fucking jump in the goddamn game. So what the fuck you talking about? You
Well,
got
you have
an
the
axe?
option to know the boy is Loki.
You got an axe? You got an axe? You got an axe? And you can't jump. And then when you get your chaos blades, it's like at the very tail end of the game, and I don't give a fuck if I'm spoiling it. So what? And each fucking power up that you get when you level up doesn't even feel different and distinctive. Like you know how you're supposed to feel like you're getting stronger. They don't even feel like that. They feel the same. The only
Yeah.
reason you know is powered up is because when you hit the enemies, you see the energies go down faster. That's how you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't feel distinctive, and when you use boy, I don't even know why they gave it to you because the only thing he does well is bring down the ladders for you so you can climb up like 30 fucking
Well, I
times
like the
within the
boys'
game.
electric arrows. That's what I like.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's
but
what I
they
like
don't
more
even
than
feel,
bosses.
but
So
they
that's
don't
probably
even
the other idea.
feel, but they don't even feel effective enough. Is what I'm saying. Like all he does is shoot arrows at you to a boy, and he would go on his off, and you see him in the animation shooting at them. But when he shoots at them, it don't really affect them. The only one that, like what you just said, like the arrow one that throws electricity, it'll make the guy stun, like stunted, and then you can go up to them and hit them
Yeah.
because they're stunted. But they don't really. He feels like
But
he's
the stun effect
there.
is not something that the character itself did for you. It's something
But
that
that's what I'm saying. He
you can
feels
do
more like
for
a dis.
yourself. Yeah.
He feels more like you use him as a distraction
Yeah.
than him actually helping you to defeat the enemies. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? When you got shit, like he gives himself away. He's just an idiot. The nigga is a moron. He's a moron. He's a moron. He's a fucking moron. He says no duh. But I personally believe he does that type of stuff on purpose because he wants to piss people off on the Xbox side because it knows it brings him clicks.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So he wants to get an arouse out of people.
Yeah.
So he does it deliberately, knowing that I don't even think he gives a fuck about the game or what really is going on. I just literally think he knows, oh, it's Halo, it's the big game for Xbox. Let's piss these fucking Xbox dudes off. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. I'm gonna
Yeah. I
piss
can
them off.
believe that shit.
And
I
he
can believe
does
that.
it. That's what I think he does it. That's why I don't really give him no attention and really listen to him.
Yeah.
But I think I have a feeling that's what he really does it for because he's done hot takes a couple of times and he just sounds retarded. You know what I mean? Um, and it just don't make no sense. And he says things that he gives himself away that he's lying. He's not really being honest.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the sales stuff that that happened, we talked about it with Tuck and Unlimited a couple of days ago. He did a podcast. We talked about it. And I was saying that I feel that even though you know that the validity of those sales is that even though the Sony PlayStation 5 has more ship numbers, right? Which the last numbers they actually revealed was like 13.5 million, right?
Hmm.
And people are guessing since that was back in like October, November. People are just guessing that, oh, by now, since it's January, they got probably 15 million. This has never been set in stone. This is just them guessing. So it's also people guessing. It's not real, actual, factual numbers being said by Sony themselves.
But what is
Which not
fact,
only,
T-Bot, is the fact that Xbox's console sales have breached a new record in all of
well, yeah,
lifetime.
yeah. Well, but the thing,
But that would be
T,
facts. That's not guessing. That's fact.
but here's the thing, T. The numbers for Xbox have been announced by Microsoft themselves, right? According
Yeah.
to what's going on. But the other reason why those numbers are there is because they're selling for the first time in other regions that they never really had success in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like
in
the
certain
UK.
parts of UK, right?
Yeah.
There's an area in the UK where they sold last month alone, I think it was, 1 million units, and they never sold like that before, right? There's also China. They're selling, not China, Japan. They're selling better in Japan, which they never really sold well in Japan, like, right? In such a short period of time. At this point, the Xbox Series X has sold more than the Xbox One and the 360 ever did in the time span that it's been out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And this is why it's an impressive number for Microsoft and why they spoke on it because they never had that type of movement before in certain regions. But again, like we were saying in the podcast with Unlimited, was that, like I said, actually, is that the other thing is more people and that are buying Xbox, right, are actually getting the units and the consoles in their hands, as opposed to PlayStation fans, because
Yeah.
PlayStation fans are dealing with the scalping issue, because there's more scalpers trying to get to them because they have a lot more accessibility to get to it with these bots that they create, right? Or that they
Hmm.
buy. And so that they're trying to sell it in the aftermarket because it's the popular console, right? Or the one that's the most in demand, quote unquote, right? So now that the difference is that the Xbox is becoming just as popular and on demand, but it's not as easy to get it scalpers wise, right? Because they have options like, Xbox All Access, where you have to definitely have real proof of who you are. You got to have your birth certificate. You got to have a social security. It's one per customer. So this is helping actual people that want the console get the console in their hands. With PlayStation, not all the fan base is able to get their hands on a PS5 because the scalpers are beating them to it because they're trying to just make money off of it, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And they even said some shit. I think there was an update where they said that I think it was 30 or 35% of their consoles of the PS5 that were shipped or sold are not even active. Okay,
Yeah.
so that tells me if they have 13 or 14 million units out right now sold, and it's 35%, that means it's only really like 9.5 million people that have it right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I'm not saying there's not people that are scalping Xboxes, because now the problem is becoming that even Xboxes are becoming high value because people want them now because they're seeing all the hype, and that people are saying how great it is, how consumer friendly. So now if you go to somewhere like Macari, or you go somewhere like, let's say, eBay, you're noticing that the price on the Series X is actually going up more, right? And people are selling it for higher, and the ones for the PS5 are dropping because it's like PS4 are losing interest. They're like, you know what? I don't even care anymore because they really don't have nothing really to play as of right now on the PS5. You
Hmm.
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I think Sony realized that if we're going to keep manufacturing the more expensive console and people still can't get them in their hands, we're just putting money out there with these units, and we're not seeing no revenue. Remember, their quarterlies are coming up in March and May or something like that, or March and April. So they have to show some type of numbers, right? So what would make logical sense? Let's just produce more PS4s because they're cheaper, way cheaper for them to produce, and they're easier. The chipset is very easy to
Yeah.
get right now, right? There's no issues with the manufacturing those chipsets because in March, remember they got, or February, they got Horizon Zero Dawn coming out. So they want to make sure that people go out buy PlayStations to play it because it's a cross-gen game. It doesn't matter to them if you're playing on a PS5 or you're playing on a PS4. They just want you to play the game because that game, by it, if it sells, is going to make them revenue. That's what they need. It's the games that make the money. It's not the console.
Right.
So even people that got rid of the PS4 trying to get a PS5 and still haven't been able to get a PS5, they figure, well, they'll go back and get a PS4 just so they can play the game.
Yep.
Because that's why all those games that are only PS5 only, like Returnal or like Demon Souls or even Ratchet, the numbers are just not there. Returnal sold about 535,000 copies. Demon Souls sold like 750,000 or a million only copies, or maybe less than that. And the remaster. And the same thing with Ratchet only sold like 1.3 million. Those numbers are very low with an audience that they have of over 100 million people on their ecosystem, right? According to their numbers of consoles that they've been sold. So if they're bringing out a new game, they want to bring those numbers back up. They need numbers to go up, especially with a game like Horizon because they spend a lot of money in that game. That's their bread and butter. That's their expensive AAA game.
Yeah.
And then they got GT Sport right after that. And then if they meet the quota at the end of the year by Christmas, it'll be God of War. So they can't afford to go this year with not enough sales, not enough movement of consoles or of units of games, especially if they're still dealing with the problem of PS5 being scalped and people not really buying them because they're just too expensive. They're not going to
Mhm.
pay $1,200 or $1,300 for a PS5 that only costs 500 just to play one game. You see what I'm saying? And that's the perspective and mindset that makes sense that as a business that they're coming from it and looking at it, and that's why they're doing this move of let's do PS4s because they don't have no choice. They're in a bad mind right now. You know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
Microsoft, Series X and Series S, as soon as they brought them out, they discontinued all the consoles like Xbox Ones and the Xbox One X. They just straight went for next gen and said we're discontinuing them. But what helped them too was that a lot of people were just trying to get the Series X, right? They weren't really buying the S because they wanted the more powerful console.
Oh, that's why he shut off the servers, though. He wanted everybody to get off their 360 and join the new gen. I get it. That makes a lot of sense.
Well,
Work
so
too,
so
didn't it?
so you also got to take into consideration that the chipsets on the Series S are much a lot less cheaper to make or produce,
Mhm.
and they don't have as much uh, problems producing them because they were less in demand, right? The console itself, the
Yeah.
S.
Yeah.
So the S wasn't moving at first, I think, as predominantly as the Series X. But what people started doing was, okay, I'm just going to get a Series S because it's a good entry, and people are saying it's a great piece of machinery for the price point. And
Yeah.
when they're buying them, they're like, wow, this is really a good console for the price I'm getting it. You still got all great features like smart delivery or like the Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision. You still got support for DirectX 12. It still has the ability to play back compact games of all four generations, and it's digital and it's small. It fits nicely into your entertainment system. Don't take a lot of space. There's so many things. Like if you put into
It's great
perspective,
value for your dollar. That's the
right?
important.
If you put it into perspective, also like this, if you right bought and traded in your Xbox One X, for example, right now in GameStop you can get from 280 to 320 for trading value
Wow.
because the Xbox One X, since they stopped making it, and since you can't get a Series X and S that easily, it's gotten up in value, right?
Yeah.
If you trade that up, you basically pay nothing for a new Series S. You see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
pay
You basically
nothing.
get
You
it. You
pay
get it for
zero.
free as a trade-in.
And so you're trading in an old console
Yeah, it's a
and
it's
you're
a it's a
paying
free
zero to
trade-in
get a new
quick
console.
value. Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Right.
a perfect idea.
You see what I'm saying? And if you're
Yeah.
paying and if you're only getting 280, you're only paying $20 to $30 to pay for the new console.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
to look at it that way as well.
Yeah.
It's a fucking deal. It's a steal. Because at the end of the day, the Series X should still do more and execute better than the Xbox One. Even if the Xbox One can have do games more in 4K resolution.
Yeah.
But the Series X can do games in 1080p or 900 at 120 frames or 60 frames.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? Plus, it has like I
Mhm.
said, it has the fast delivery, the smart delivery. It has HDR12, Dolby Atmos surround support, and it has things like DirectX 12. plus a faster processor than the PS5, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's still a very comparable machine. Don't let the size, you know,
Or the fact that it's only digital be
right. Plus the digital element is just the digital element makes it cheaper to produce too because you don't have to put a disk drive for it in it,
Right.
you know,
Right.
that reads 4K movies or that reads the games. That is a nice that takes a nice chunk of cost off of it as well. At least 30 or 40 bucks per unit, you know.
Yeah.
So all those things come into play and play a factor. Um, and again, I think all those things is what's making the movement so dominant and in favor of Xbox, right? And the bad thing is that most people are taking it as, oh, they're trying to clout now. They're trying to act. Oh, look, that Mike. They say they don't care about sales, and now that's all they're talking about. When that's not really what the conversation is here. The conversation is that it's doing better than expected, and it's doing better in places that it never did well before, and that is a triumph and a win for Microsoft because that means the perception is changing that it's not a good value or a good console or it doesn't have good games. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really what is more important in the bigger picture in the whole scenario right now. And people are trying to make it seem like, oh, look, these Xbox are trying to talk about sales now after they talked about that wasn't important and trying to move the goalposts when that's not it at all. We're just trying to point out that it's doing better than any other console on Microsoft history, and that's a big technical achievement, and that's a very impressive achievement. You know what I mean? Because it's well deserved, and they've taken a long time. Sorry, guys, to get some type of to get some type of recognition for their hard work is basically what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so my belief, yes, I believe that they're selling more than PlayStation, even though the numbers on PlayStation shipped are higher,
Yeah.
because the actual consumer is getting their hands on the units, as opposed to the PlayStation side. They're dealing with the scalper issue, and it's really out of control. Look, I went into ps5 the other day to buy a movie, right, that came out for my son. I bought Dune in 4K, right?
Oh, Dune's
And
a good movie.
Dune, yeah, the new Dune, which I thought was a great movie, even though a lot of people didn't like it. I'm like, you're crazy. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, so I went to buy it, and there was a dude picking up because there's a program that Best Buy does called Total Tech or Tech Talk, some shit like that, which I have myself. And what it does is alerts you whenever they get anything in stock, right?
Hmm.
And you get first dibs. And no matter what, you're gonna get first dibs before they let the public know. So when they get stocks of Xboxes and PS4s, PS5s rather, or the Halo console, they let you know, and then you go buy it, and you stand online with a number, like basically digitally, and they sell it to you until they run out, and then they got to leave some for the public after the fact, and they'll shit sell out quick. And there was a dude picking up a PS5, and then literally the minute the girl brought it out to him, right? Because there were some people there. Oh, y'all got some PS5 in? And he goes, man, I'll sell it to you right now for the right price. Tell me a number, you can have it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you know that most of these dudes that are buying it don't give two shits about the console. They're just trying to make money.
Huh.
I mean, there's a kid that's like 18 years old, and supposedly this little motherfucker made $3 million off of PS5s.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw that report that they said.
I didn't see
That
that
shit
shit.
is that shit is crazy.
Lucky him.
Supposedly he made $3 million off of selling in the aftermarket PS5s.
Wow, bro.
I'm like, what? That's how you know how badly people are trying to get it, but they're scalping them. And they're selling them for retarded prices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But that's I I believe they're selling more because they're getting into the consumer's hands as opposed to the PS5. Not because they actually shipped out more units, but because of the scalper situation. I believe there's some true validity in that. Um, and that's not bad. That's good. I mean, Sony needs to figure out a way to do the same because another thing is GameStops do these bundle sales when they get them in, and of course, the PS5 one is always very expensive because they know it's more popular. So they'll throw in a TV that's like 40 inches or an extra controller, a couple of games, a couple of cards, and they're charging you like $1,000 or 1,200. And that's why it's not selling as frequent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not getting them in as frequent because that people just are not going to just buy it for that price right away. It's not going to happen. Yeah, they're doing it obviously, but not as fast because it's too much money. It's just you're getting robbed basically is what you're getting.
Big time, bro.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is. They need to do some type of Xbox All Access with them with PlayStation, like a PlayStation All Access or something or whatever.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
But,
called Spartacus. It's just not going to last very long if all you're going to do is reamp PlayStation 1 through 3.
mhm. Well, I mean, this is going to set back the industry because the problem is here too that if they're selling PS4s now, when they keep making games, even the third party games from third party publishers and developers, they still now got to keep in mind. Well, damn, we got to make sure that it runs on the PS4 because there's still more PS4s than PS5s, and
Hmm.
it's we're already being held back because the PS5 obviously is not as capable as the Xbox One. And you see they make these games and they try to keep them parity, and sometimes they run better for certain reasons on the PS5 because they'll do shit like it'll be lower resolution, so it runs the 60 frames locked, and on Xbox One or Series X, it'll be full 4K in 60, but it has more dips because it's running at a higher resolution with more demanding, textures and resolution quality. But they try to make it seem like it's more efficient on the PS5 because look, the frame rates are more important and they don't dip. Using that bullshit logic that they try to do.
Yeah.
Um, when on the Xbox One last generation, I remember when games like Assassin's Creed Unity were 1080p and on the Xbox it was 900. The Xbox One version still had a steadier frame rate, even though it was still in the 30s, than the PS5. I mean PS4, and they were like, "Oh no, the PS4 is better because it has a higher resolution." You see what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say?
Yeah.
But now they're trying to use that logic backwards against the favor of the Series X. So, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
And these motherfucking outlets love doing that. These gaming outlets, they love acting like, that like if micro, they never want to give the advantage to Xbox, no matter what.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
And
true.
then when they do, is because there's nothing else being talked about when it comes to Sony, and there's only Xbox news. So that's the only time when they'll talk positive about Xbox. But when as soon as Sony has something in their advantage, they'll try to talk like they'll try to dumb down or something on Xbox to give Sony
To give them
PlayStation
the edge, right?
the edge. Right, right. So
Yeah. But my annoyance comes when you have different fanboys and different companies whine what makes one game play better on one system than the other. Sometimes
mhm.
it's graphics, like you mentioned. Sometimes it's steady frame rate.
The resolution, steady
Yeah.
frame rate,
But my
the
thing
that.
is that to the gamer or the game culture population in general, what is more important to them? Is it the frame or is it the graphics?
Yeah, but
Or is
that
both?
what you just
That's the
said though. Well, what you just said though, T Reaper. For me, I prefer frame rates, right?
Yeah.
because I just love the way
Well, for
it
shooters,
plays.
I prefer frame rate. Yeah, that's obvious. But
But
like
there's a lot of people that love the resolution and don't care if the frame rate is 60 all the time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, they just
So
want a
it's
pretty game, is what they want. They want the pretty
right. It's all about your
graphics.
preference. But they try to sell it as it's still in favor as long as it works in favor for Sony's console. That's the
Yeah,
side that they try to pick. You get what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Mhm.
And the truth of the matter is, that's why Microsoft said they were moving away, and that for all the games next generation, like this year, are only going to be next gen. Like they're trying to move away from last gen because that's not going to help move forward and utilize the power and capabilities of the new consoles
Yeah.
full fledged. It's not because even though you can downscale, you can only downscale to a certain amount and for a certain amount of time because there's going to be a point where a game just can't run on old hardware because it's way more demanding graphically, whether it's with the
But it
textures with
definitely run on new hardware. That's my point.
right, and the
Or
only way
even
you're
on
going to be able
RX
to
power. It don't really matter.
well the only way you're going to be able to utilize because even on PC there are certain
Yeah.
graphic cards that just can't run newer games.
No, they
They
can't.
just can't. They just
You
can't.
can only do that if you have the updated graphic card to actually run with.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it
Yeah.
works. The same logic applies to consoles. There's going to come a point where a game is too big, has way too much graphic fidelity, or graphical technical prowess, like ray tracing, let's say for example, or HDR, whatever, that it just can't run on old archaic hardware. And that's why Microsoft gave the option for people to play games via the streaming cloud on the Xbox One Fat and any console from back in last gen if they didn't want to upgrade
Mhm.
because it's going to be streaming, but streaming is not the same as native. It's never going to be the same,
Because
whether it's visual quality or whether
because it's
it's with the
cloud run
stability.
software. That's why. So it
Yeah, it's
runs
never going to be the same.
via the
It's not the
power of your
same.
internet home, and therefore anything can be played
Yeah,
on.
a lot of it has to do with the internet and
Yeah.
the speed and the bandwidth. But that's why they're giving people that's why they're giving people the option because when they see the difference and they see it's not great, they're gonna have to be like, well, I'm gonna have to buy a new console because I don't want to play like this. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
It is what it is. And that's what people don't seem to understand, right? They don't seem to get that. But again, like I said, I don't know, like it's a lot of things because I also like that stupid, all that stupid shit going around with the dumb shit with in G4 that chick was, she's trying to make shit about sexism, which was not about sexism either. That's
Yeah.
another
I
topic
don't
that
like
really
her, man.
that's
I
that
don't like her.
is bothering me. That's
Yeah.
bothering me because she's just not like she's another by your actions, the way you do things, you you showing that you're not really a gamer that grew up with gaming from the very beginning and how it started and all the shit that was going on because it was mainly like that shit they try to say, oh, that there's sexism is bullshit because the truth of the matter is gaming since we were younger, it was mainly guys and boys that were interested in it. You didn't see a lot of girls interested in it. There was very few.
But now that we
And
have
now it's
schooling
what
on the upbringing, that's what girls are interested in.
well, it was through time, T,
Yeah,
that
but that's
now
also
you
the
see more
yeah, but
girls are interested in it, uh, and they want to play either because they really like it or because they want to show their tits on Twitch. And even though people want to deny it, I'm sorry, go to Twitch and you see it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
These chicks got their tits out, damn near showing their twat, and that's why people watch them, and that's why they got millions of subscribers
Yep.
because they use it to their advantage. I'm not saying all women do that, but a lot of them do. Just go on
Yep.
Twitch, you'll see it all the time.
Yeah, they
Okay,
do.
and they're not there because they enjoy it. They're not there because they're real gamers. They're there because they're using the platform of streaming games, which is the new big thing now, to their advantage to make money. Okay,
facts.
and that's just the way it is. And that whole bullshit narrative pisses me off because there's never been racism or or division of inequality in gaming ever. Never. That never existed. On the contrary, the gaming culture has been about all types of people from all types of nationalities, colors since the very beginning. If you walked into arcades, was you saw all types of. It wasn't about what color you
Gaming has
were,
always been about
if you were a
inclusion.
girl, if you were a boy. It was always about the games.
Yep.
In fact, that's where you saw all the misfits at, all the nerds, all the kids that were outcasts, all the kids that weren't
Fact,
cool,
fact.
because back then what mattered was the jocks, the pretty boys, or motherfuckers that were selling drugs that had money because they sold drugs. That's all girls cared about. Okay, they didn't care about motherfuckers that played games in the arcade. They looked at us like, "Oh, you're a baby. You're not a man. You play video games." You see
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say?
I can say
We were
I
treated
agree. I agree.
we were treated we were treated sexist because we weren't cool enough to be liked by girls because we were too nerdy or we were
Fact.
too corny. You see what I'm trying to say? But now since gaming is cool and everybody can be a nerd and nerd being a nerd is cool, now it's different. So they want to change that perception. They want to use this new stupid agenda of there's sexism. No, never. That never existed. If a girl walked into the arcade, we never said you can't play with us. That's crazy. That's
That's fact.
different. No, in fact, we're like, hell yeah, come on, come play with us. We would teach them how to play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would ask how you play this, and we would teach them. Shit, that would be a segue for us to try to get a girlfriend sometimes. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's all bullshit, and it really pisses me the fuck off that so many people out here not talking about it. They're scared. They don't know how to open their mouth, especially people have been there since like me since the beginning that know that that's a bunch of horse shit. You know what I mean? And you got this G4 that we used to love and grew up with because we went there and had fun. And we never went there just to see Olivia Munn, for example, or to see Morgan. We went there because they knew gaming, they talked gaming, and they made it fun. And they would do funny skits and do stupid shit. And we had a good time. And that's why we went there. And now they want to make this new shit about political shit, telling people on their tweets, oh, if you're a Trump supporter, don't fucking view us. We don't want you as viewers. Like, what the fuck? But you want to sit there and say we need to be nice and kind to each other? You fucking hypocrite. You dumb retard. How are you gonna say on live we need to be nicer and kinder to each other if you're tweeting out if you're a Trump supporter, fuck off. I don't want you as a fan. How is that nice? How is that nice? Because we
Yeah.
don't have the same political views, or because we don't agree in the same thing. So because I don't want to be a Catholic and you want to be, or I want to be a Catholic and you want to be an atheist. That means you gotta hate me. Uh, then don't promote love, you fucking dumb hypocrite. You're fucking stupid. And sorry, yes, yes, women were made to be a nice thing to look at for men's eyes. That's why God created man and woman, because we're supposed to have an attraction to procreate and continue life and fall in love. Because if you're not attracted to what you're seeing with your eyes, you're not going to like that person. So yes, women were made for men's pleasure in their eyes, and vice versa to women. So stop the dumb shit, and you sound retarded. So I don't know. It's just I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. Can't. That shit drives me insane. I can't, bro. I can't. Everything we like, they just ruin and ruin it and ruin it. They keep ruining everything. This is becoming so annoying.
Yeah, it
I don't
is.
even feel like being part of social no more. I don't feel like being on Instagram, Twitter sometimes, even on fucking playing games online or watching TV shows or anything. Because they just ruin everything, bro. They ruin it. Everything becomes about some type of agenda or some stereotype or some type of fake, hypocrisy or racism or something. Like I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but we can't change the world. People, there's never gonna, there's gonna be, I'm never gonna have people that are always gonna like me.
Mhm.
There's gonna be a bunch of people that are gonna hate me. How many times I haven't been called fat ugly, stupid. Go get some hair. You're a child molester. You're a fucking croquet. And that means I'm gonna judge everybody based on that. No, it happens. It's the internet. It's too open of a platform. You cannot stop trolls, haters, little childish, immature people, or people with mentality of way of thinking. You can't stop it. You just can't. You don't. If somebody listens stupid, you block them. You throw them out and just move on. Don't
Yeah.
waste your time. Shit, if somebody come here and say something nasty to say, man, dude, block them. Get them the fuck out. Don't even
Yeah,
waste your
nothing I
time
can do.
because you don't
Block
need
and
to hear.
mute. It's that simple.
You don't hear no. You don't need to waste your time. Somebody calling you, hey, you dumb black nigger. Like what? Fuck you. Go sleep on dick. Get the fuck out of here. Like
Yeah,
you
they
think
come
you
in
are,
here
you
a lot.
bitch.
They used to come in here a lot too,
Only
dude.
cowards. Listen, cowards are the people that act like that. So why
Mm-hmm.
would you even give them the time of day?
Yep.
Those people would never do something like that in real world, in Sega Man's face in real life. They're only gonna do it
No, they
hiding
don't want to
behind
do
a
that.
keyboard. Those are cowards. So don't waste your fucking time.
They
Because
don't
in
want
the
to do
real
that.
world, they'll get their ass fucking smacked immediately. Immediately. Without hesitation, they'll get their ass smacked
Yeah.
immediately. So you don't waste your time with people like that. They're cowards. They're not real people with real courage. They're just stupid trolls. They got nothing else better to do. That's all it is. You gotta ignore that shit. You can't let that shit bother you. Like fuck out of here with that dumb shit. You can't make people feel bad because like she said shit about Olivia Munn, I think it was too, and Morgan Webb, because you don't look as good as they do. Who cares? Why don't you worry about yourself? You can't make them feel bad or shamed for themselves because they look better than you do. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
That's like me being mad because let's say Sega Man has a prettier wife than me. I can't get mad at him at that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, what
Yeah,
the
bro.
heck? That's retarded mentality, bro. Like, I don't even have words for shit like that. Like, it's just crazy, bro. I can't do it anymore. Listen, guys, I'm gonna step away for a few because I gotta get stepping. If anything, I'll come back in when I'm in the car or something. If you're still on, if not, we'll talk later, guys.
All right, brother.
All right.
Thank you, Hebot. Thanks for
No,
joining us, man.
thank you for having me on, and sorry I took all the time talking like always. I just
It's okay. Don't
I'm
worry
just
about
trying to give my 2 cents. That's what happens when I come.
it.
T, I'll see you later. Love you, boys. Be
Stay
good.
safe,
All right.
brother.
Talk to you soon. All right.
All right, brother.
And to the
Peace.
chat, love you guys. See you later. Right.
Peace, Hebot. It's our brother Hebot, man. All right, T. We're gonna close it out. I had to let Hebot come in.
No,
Let those
that was a good choice. I liked listening to him talk for a little bit. And
me too.
comment on him,
And
so that was
to
good.
know his status on how he's doing. We're gonna close it out now, guys. Thank you, Mr. Kima, for coming at the very end. Channel Outer Zinc. Much respect, guys. Thanks for coming, man. But we're out of here. All right. Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die. We multiply. And always remember, brother, that we are always going to eat good over here. All right, guys. So you guys be safe. Have a good weekend. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Relax. Peace out. Peace.